let's see how this one is. Okay, Stacy, Justine, is it any better? Is it still choppy? How's it look? Much better? One much better? Better. All right. So we got some betters out of it, baby.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry to muck up your groove.
Okay, now I got something to drink. So, hi friends. So we are, hi everybody. Hi Justine. Hi B. Hi Kimberly. Hi Anita. Okay, so hi Michelle. Yeah, indeed. So, hi Robin. Hi Cozy. Hi Mary. Good thing it's not choppy. Hi Emmy. Hi Lisa. Yes, choppy or not, we must go on. I do have to tell you guys something. Of all the places we've ever parked and done the show, this is without a doubt the most awkward, embarrassing, for me, not for you guys, for me, situation. We are in a parking lot of a shopping center right now, and the window is completely open. So literally anybody out there can see me, but I can't see them. People could be standing out there making fun of me. They could be a crowd of them watching, for all I know. I'm not really able to see out very well, but I am very visible because of all of the bright lights. So I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of messing with me a little bit. It's a little weird. So, but anyway, hi Miss Angela, hi Annie, hi Mallory. I'm happy to see your little faces. Thank you for joining me. We had a very quick goodbye on our last late night Crafty Club. It was a very abrupt ending to the show. So just to prep you guys, tonight's show is going to be definitely more chat and less chit, because I've come to accept that I don't really have my crafty mojo when we're in travel mode. And even if I made myself a bag, I feel like there's always something going on the day of travel. Today was a really, really, really rough day.
Whoa, rough day.
Really rough day. I think probably one of the roughest days we've had on the road. So I honestly was kind of like, oh, I hate doing a show when I'm not like my full strength self, because I feel like that's what I'm here for, is to encourage you and your maybe crummy week that you had, your things you're going through. And I really just want to be that little bright light in your life. So it's always a little struggle inside of myself when I'm the one having the struggle, and then I feel like I'm just not going to be my, 100% that I really love to be. I will say that not being able to launch the playbook and excellence the way that I want to, my heart is so invested in this collection that we did and how much I love every little piece of it. I just didn't want to cheat Forever Fall out of getting its hoopla. So I really wanted to be able to share that with you tonight. So what I did is I kind of put together an outline for the show, and what I would encourage you to do is grab your playbook, because we're still working. I'm sure a lot of you still are working on your summer playbook. I'm one of those people. We still have summer pages to work on. Maybe you're an A+ student and you can jump right into your fall playbook. That would be awesome. I envy you. I certainly have not been as in my playbook as I thought that I was going to be. I'm going to make a more concerted effort to do that. I made myself like a little crafty go bag. I showed it to you guys on the last late night Crafty Club. So I'm going to be trying to do that more as we are on the road. So where are we is what one might ask. So the last time you guys saw us, we were in South Dakota, where we had the epic lightning storm that we got to share with you. which, you know, for a lot of you who live in the Midwest, you're like, oh, snooze, yawn. We see this all the time. Being from the West Coast, I do not ever see lightning storms, have never seen lightning storms like that. Even though I come from, you know, the rainy land of Seattle, we don't get rain like rain is here in the Midwest. It is crazy. Okay, so I have more storm stories for you. So since we last talked, we have seen Mount Rushmore. We went to Wall Drug, and we went to the 1880 town. If you guys are familiar at all with South Dakota and all the things that it offers, that was a little, it's kind of like on the way as you're like leaving Wall Drug. It's another little stop. Mr. Crafty was so sweet. He whipped the RV around and took us back, and we got to go do a little tour. It's basically a town that's full of buildings that have been collected from all over South Dakota. They're like original buildings from the pioneers, from the Old West. Some of them have been movie sets, you know, used in movie sets. Some of them came from the movie Dances with Wolves. So this collector guy, he just assembled this, basically he created a town that you can walk around, and they put little like mannequins and like sound effects, and it's really cool. I mean, if you're into westerns aren't really my favorite genre, but I was super impressed. I was having so much fun taking photos. That's really the thing I enjoy doing most of all. So we walked around and did that. Got attacked by like the most evil mosquitoes I think I've ever experienced. And then we continued driving, and then we ended up, maybe it was the following day, we ended up in Minnesota, which I love Minnesota. I've never been to Minnesota, but in my heart of hearts, I just love Minnesota, everything about it, the people, I love the accent. So I was super excited to see Minnesota, and then this epic rainstorm came. 1 minute we are driving down the highway, it's kind of like late afternoon, evening, and just the night before I was taking beautiful pictures of the sunset and everything, and then the next night there's no sunset. All of a sudden it goes from like evening to pitch black night and torrential rain. And it was windy, and the lightning was everywhere. It was all over the sky. Like there was no, like the flashing little, like you see in movies. It was just pop, 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 pop everywhere. Like flash bulbs going off everywhere. Now, again, those of you who live in the Midwest, bless your hearts. This is what you're used to, I guess. Mark and I, not used to it. And it was like, on one hand, you're just in awe. And the other hand, you're like, are we supposed to be doing something? Like there were so many people that were pulling over under every overpass. There was people with their cars along the, you know, road with the hazard lights on. There were people pulling over. So I don't know any safety laws or rules about driving in a storm like that. So I was Googling it, and we were driving. We had a reservation in one of Minnesota's state parks, so that's where we were headed. And as we were driving down the highway, one of the road construction signs that had been in there got tipped over, and it was in the lane, and Mr. Crafty swerved the RV, and for one split second all I could see was that we were going to go head right into the ditch and be one of those flaming fires that you always see on YouTube of the RV that explodes into flames. It was so scary, and I happened to be filming at the time because I was filming the storm, and he handled that swerve and getting us, you know, riding it back. He handled it beautifully. So now I know that Mr. Crafty is like, he's got a cool cucumber driving sensibility, because I don't think I would. So, but very terrifying. And then we were immediately like, we need to get off the highway. We need to, I don't care where we stay tonight. We attempted to get to our camping site, but then the campers there were like, well, we heard there might be a tornado warning. This state park was on an island, and I didn't really feel comfortable being stuck on an island with this an enormous RV that we're in. So we ended up, after all that, back in the Walmart parking lot, along with a lot of other people that were really grateful to get out of the storm. So we've been through some things now. And yes, Jesus definitely took the wheel, because that was terrifying. When you sit in the front of an RV, like a motor coach like we have, you know, you can see the road in front of you, and to see that sign right there at the last second and realize that you have to avoid it. You know, you're up very high, and you know, you can be tippy in an RV of that size. So I've seen a lot of videos of tragic accidents and things terrible things that have happened to people in RVs. And so I'm just very grateful to still be here. So you Midwesterners, I tip my hat to you, and that you guys deal with such, I can't even imagine what happens during tornado season, because there was some hail. It was all the signs of what it would be like if just a tornado showed up. In fact, I took a photo. In the distance, you could see this black cloud and just this little rip in it, and you could see the sun shining through. You could see the sunset behind the black cloud. So that made me really realize it wasn't nighttime. It wasn't pitch black because it was nighttime. It was literally because of the clouds. So very, very amazed at the weather here. I've not experienced anything like that. I would take an earthquake over that any day. So so you girls, you guys, you Midwesterners, you're something else. Not only are you super nice and polite people, but you go through stuff during the weather. So I'm very impressed. We're currently northwest of Columbus, Ohio. We actually crossed over to Ohio today. And I will say this, I don't know if we'll get asked to leave, because now we're being more, you know, we're being a little bit more obvious about we're in here doing this. Whereas before, usually when we camp in a parking lot, we have all the windows down like nobody's home, and we're very quiet. So right now we're kind of like, hello everybody. I have like a little theater in front of me right now. So I just wanted to let you know that we could hear a tap on the door, because security is like, okay, you guys are causing a ruckus in the parking lot. But we don't know. Most of the time I feel like that people don't care, but you never know. And seriously, from all that I've been through in the last few days, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody came and knocked on our door. So last night we were in Muncie, Indiana. We came into Indiana yesterday morning. We came through. We actually had dinner with Mark's brother and his wife, and that was really fun. He is a professor at Ball State University, so he took us for like a little tour last night. We strolled around the campus. It was really cool. He showed us the area that David Letterman is alumni of Ball State, so he had donated a lot of money, and he had this really beautiful tower, and this whole area was like something he had personally invested in. It was a beautiful campus. It was so quiet. All the kids were so polite and just really well mannered. So Midwestern kids, hats off to you as well. Very, very polite. So it was really pleasant walking around a college campus. I really enjoyed it, and you could feel fall. That was the first time I could say I feel fall. You could kind of see the leaves were getting a little crispy, and I just could really, you could sense it. So Indiana was my first state of like, I feel it in the air. And we stayed in a beautiful state park, and it felt fall. Like I was taking so many pictures. I was styling my planner. I kept a leaf today because it's official as a fall leaf. So I was very excited. Every time we pass a tree and it has like a little bright spot of yellow in it, because it's starting to change, I'm just like, fall! It's happening! Oh, Heidi, I missed your comment, what you were just saying. You said you've had lots of hail here in Montana this summer. I didn't know you were in Montana. Wow. And you're supposed to get 3 to 5 inches of snow on Sunday. Well, shoot. That's like the second time I've been to Montana, but missed an epic snow. Like, and snow when you wouldn't expect it, like snow in April or May. I don't know. I guess I'm not, again, I'm not well traveled in the Midwest, but I guess you guys get snow in all kinds of crazy months. But that just seems like by the time it's April on the West Coast, it is, the rain's kind of dying down, and it's definitely sunny, and you're wearing shorts. You're wearing sundresses and shorts in April. So, yeah, Melissa says, I'm jealous. I love snow. Me too. I would love. Love some snow. Fashion Bird says it's still 100 degrees in Oakland, Tennessee. I am not jealous. Not at all. I know some of you guys love summer. You love the hot. I don't at all. I hate heat. I will always want to be where it's cool. So Laurette says it's 100 where she is. She finally got a cool foggy day today. Melissa says it's going to be in the upper 80s in Pennsylvania tomorrow. Yikes. Wow, that is hot. So, ew. Burning Blue Skies says it was 95 in Modesto. Modesto is where part of my family is. My mom is in Ripon. My brother is in Riverbank. So you're like neighbors with them. So, hi Mandy. Miss Mandy, Midwest Mandy. So I got a little sense of what you guys go through. You girls in the I-states. I just, now I get it. Now I get it. But I can really tell that fall is really, I can tell that the Midwest is just going to be amazing in the fall. You can see it already happening. And being in Indiana, I have to say, it was kind of like I really, really, really wish that Pawnee was like a real town you could visit. Like I so badly was like, oh, I wish somebody had just made up a town, a little area, and just said, this is Pawnee. Because it was, I don't know, just like crossing the state border was like, I'm in, I'm in Leslie's state, but not really, because I'm sure the whole thing was filmed in LA, as most TV shows are. But isn't that kind of funny how TV does that to you? Same thing like if we get to go to Scranton, which I'm dying to go to Scranton and take a picture of that Welcome to Scranton sign, just so I could have it, just because of watching that TV show a million times. So, okay, so I have a few things to share with you guys, and a question to ask, and I'm just going to go over some of the highlights of the newsletter. So I sent out the TRG Insider, went out probably about 2 hours ago. It went out. So your Reset Girl Insider went out, and it has all kinds of stuff in it, including all the events for October that are currently scheduled. And I just wanted to hit a few things. So here's a few things from the TRG Insider that are like a must see. First of all, there is a roundup post that's mentioned in the newsletter. It is all about the new chapter collection and all the projects that our creative team made. So you can go on the resetgirl.com and click blog, and you'll see it. It's right at the top. It is epic because sometimes you don't see all the Facebook posts, or you don't know, like people when they post on Instagram, you may not see it because all the algorithms keep you from seeing everything as you wish. So that is a place where Damaris rounds up all the creative team projects, all the videos, everything that they did with the collection, and you can see it all in one epic post. And I was blown away. Blown away. Sometimes when I look at the stuff, I'm like, why? I don't know. It's so humbling is what it is. Because I'm just like, I wouldn't even think about doing most of the stuff. I'm such a simple crafter. And these girls are just like knocking it out of the park. So there is like really good good layouts. Candy shared hers of doing her using the Faithful kit. Caroline did 2 awesome projects. She made this amazing cute little banner, and she made these little shapes and they look like the little cootie catchers that we used to do when we were young. That's what they look like, and they're all honeys, and then they're like a little bunting that she made with them, and it's super cute. She also made a fabulous little storage tin for making planner clips, and how she has them all stored in there that you guys must check out. Claudia did a really cool layout in her traveler's notebook using the the book theme, which for some of you who are doing the new chapter book challenge with me, that there's like really great inspiration in how she did that. I'm just like, yum. This makes me really want to step up my game. Plus, she did a little journaling process video. Caroline shared a process video. Damaris shared a little the pocket travelers, like the pocket insert for doing like your come on Corey, your like scripture challenge, your listers challenge using the little pocket size inserts. They're so adorable when you like get them all shrunken down like that, because they're like the size of like an index card, the pages. They're so yummy. I shared, I think I did a video I shared with you guys on my YouTube channel doing my Listers Got a List for Girl Friday. I did that for, and I also did pages like that for the Faithful Life kit too, in the little pocket size. So Damaris used New Chapter to do her pages, and they're scrumptious. So please, if you guys are ever like, I don't know what to do with all my stuff, you guys download so much stuff from the Reset Girl shop, you can come here. Look, there's the Hobonichi. Cami used her Hobonichi. I have a Hobonichi, and she showed how she used it in her pages. And doing, so did Lisa, did Divine Work. She made these awesome boxes and has them all. They're just, it's so eye candy, you guys. It's so yummy. So if you are ever at a loss, which I am, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think like this. This isn't the type of crafting I do. Like, to me, these are like scrapbook paper crafters. This is like a whole skill set. I feel like I would have to like watch somebody do to understand how to do this. This isn't the type of crafting that I like. I feel like I just don't know how to do some of this stuff. Like, this is real crafting. Especially like Lisa did this amazing, like, Lisa, come on, girl. So anyway, so glad you're on my team. You make our stuff amazing. Some of you guys are incredible. Hopscotch Lane Plans was our I Spy girl. I actually am the one who saw her stuff on, I want to say, Instagram, and it is so cool. I love the layering and the illustrated girl that she has on here. So please, I hope I am wetting your whistle and making you want to look. We have a roundup post on the blog. We've been doing it for the last couple months, and that way you can go back and see everything in one shot, including the videos and the posts, and then you can see what people did with the same material you had access to. And I think sometimes it's seeing stuff like this that makes me go, oh, okay, now I want the kit, because now I can see what I can do with it. Sometimes it's a little hard when you just look at a sheet of flowers and you're just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just put these in my planner. Because I kind of think that way too. I'm like, I'm just gonna like use them to embellish. But then you watch girls that are like, I mean, it's amazing, you guys. I mean, this isn't, I don't craft like this. So this is very impressive to me. I don't have the patience, I think. I don't know. Like I've said this many times, I feel like I'm just really what it is I'm kind of a lazy crafter. So this is next, some of these projects are next level. Some of them are simple and accessible, which I kind of think I'm in that category. But yeah, so I have this amazing team, you guys. And you really should check this out. Like, to me, some of the projects here that I see, these are as good as anything I see on Studio Calico, on Crate Paper. This is that caliber of design. So I'm just very proud of them. I really wanted you guys to know that you have some really great resources. I personally asked for these roundup posts to start happening for you so that you had more resources to get the most out of products that you buy, whether they're from the Reset Girl or from other, you know, companies, that you get just ideas of how to construct and do things. And they always bring something new and delicious and creative to the community. So that's why I have them. That's why we work together. That's why we handpicked a lot of the girls we have, because they are so good. So and we do have an I Spy feature, so that if we, like, somebody sees, you know, something amazing, especially when you use the hashtag, that will get you seen, and people are chosen and get to be featured on the blog as well, and you get a little credit, like spending money for the shop. So that's a little feature. But anyway, we kind of point that out in the TRG Insider, and I really wanted to really like emphasize it tonight, because I have not done that yet, and the girls deserve to get that shout out. So this is really awesome. Super proud, super yummy. Hi, Miss Lisa. I just saw your little comment on there. She says it all starts with amazing collections. Yes, and if Kelly is on here tonight, Miss Kelly, I hope that you heard that. She the last I don't know, let me think. I feel like ever since WannaCraft, I feel like I personally have been really loving them. I know I get asked a lot. You guys will ask me, you know, it'd be really great to see you craft with the whole collection. You know, show us what you do with the collection. And I think I use pieces of our collections, but I don't craft with the whole thing the way the girls do. And I don't know why that is. I'm not sure why I just don't do that, why I don't think of it that way. Maybe it's just because I've not been a scrapbooker, so I've not been in that world where you buy the collection and then you do stuff with it. But I will tell you this, I have been, as we've been driving, I've been pinning a cajillion pins to certain boards that I created that have really been inspiring me more with that concept of like, well, this is what happens when you take a whole collection and you just focus on that collection and use products from it and then layer them all up. And I think I'm starting to understand it. I'm starting to get my own products. So anyway, I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm not going to pretend. I love, you know, I've loved art directing the collections. Like I can think of a collection and I can dictate every little thing I want to see in it and the mood for it and the story for it. But when it comes down to it, once I go to execute it, I really am very, very picky about what I end up using, and it's very little. So, but I love having it. Like I look at the pieces, I'm like, oh, this is so yummy. But I tell you what, if I was going to use any collection like in whole form, it's going to be this one, Forever Fall, because like every bit of it is so scrumptious, so delicious. Hi Miss Carla. Hi. Okay, so Miss Kelly's lurking. Lisa gave you a very nice compliment. Okay, where was I? I was doing some, I'm going through my list. I'm taking out, let me see here. Okay, so those of you who did not hear, the Reset Girl Insider went out tonight. If you are on our newsletter list, you would receive that. It will have the whole lineup of all the things that are going on. You guys, we have so much stuff going on in October, like fun stuff. So I'm going to go over that to share with you. I wanted to give you guys, like, I love when people do YouTube videos about their personal favorites, like for what I was obsessed with, my favorites for this month or that month. And so I just put a little impromptu little list together of what my personal favorites have been lately, things like I just always have with me. My planner, I hate to say it because it's like once you say it, you almost curse yourself. I feel like sometimes I might have planner peace. I might have it. It might finally be here. So I have been loving my Hobonichi Tesho, the 2019. I'm using the Cousin, and I did not know when I purchased it, and I bought mine when I actually went to Japan. I spent so much money in the store that the lady, I think it's like the manager of the store afterwards, like she came out and took a picture of us to me and Paula to put on their, they wanted to put it on their social media because we were from America and we had these big shopping bags. And I'm sure people do not go in there and shop like that. But you know, like when you're going to be there just that one time and you're just like, I want everything. So I got crazy and I bought stuff. And then, and so I finally sat down and started using it. I just bought the July through December. So the Cousin comes in 2 parts. It's an A5 size planner. It's this guy. There's actually 2 parts. So this is the July through December, and then there was a January through June. So you're using 2 separate books. And now I understand why this planner is so amazing. First of all, I've never seen a planner that is a monthly, weekly, and daily planner all together. Like usually that kind of planner is going to be super big, bulky, but because they use that delicious thin Tomoe river paper, it's thinner, and so you can have more pages in it, and it's really shocking how compact it is for that. And I have just been having the most fun in a planner again, and I haven't had that in a long time. It's been really wonderful, and I feel like I'm not even really planning in it so much as just like I'm just kind of making kind of high level little notes to myself about my days, because I don't really have a lot of time specific things I have to do often. So, but one thing I did discover is I started playing with my old stickers in it, and I realized, my gosh, like so many of my stickers fit in here. They fit the weekly columns, they fit this, but if they were just a teeny weeny bit skinnier, then they would be perfect. So that is why the Planner Girl sticker kit was born, was because it is magical in this planner. And one of the things that's so fabulous is that, let's say you're a weekly planner, so you like to have, like, you want to be able to see all your weeks at a glance. So it's more in a column. Every day has a long column, and it has out like the hour of the day in the running along here. So that was something I really liked. I'm not really a daily girl, but one thing I love about the daily pages is I use them for just making notes. So my little spread, what's happening?
I'm just moving it down a little bit for a better picture.
Okay.
Might be a little too bright too. Let me.
Yeah.
Let
Oh, that's what we did last time. I think you
helps.
ended up turning off one of the things.
Yeah, that might help it.
So one of the things about this one is you can actually use your daily pages. Let's say you're not a daily girl, because that's just too much. I've been using the daily pages just to, like, I've been treating it like a master notebook. I've been keeping all of my business stuff in here. I write out scriptures, passages from books, text messages I got. I will literally copy it in here. Notes about the workshops for the winter that I want to do, food tracking and planning. I've been doing little, like every month, it'll be like the page will say August, like here's August page. I'll make a list of my little highlights for the month of what happened during that month as I go. I have been treating some of them for doing like lists, for decorating, like treating like an art journal page. And because this paper is so, it's like, it's designed to hold watercolor. And there are some like fountain pens work beautifully on it. So it ends up being like a whole delicious experience. I never really understood the fountain pen until I bought a really good one. I bought a couple good ones, and now I understand it. It is a magical pen. It really is. Even if you're not doing like calligraphy or like scripting, even if you're just printing, it feels so different from a regular pen. And I feel like all of these things are kind of coming together to make me really treat this like the crafty, messy notebook kind of planner journal that I've always kind of like always wanted. So I have been having a lot of fun in this. I'm going to continue, like I want to do my listing in here, or my faithful scripture writing in here, which I know that some people are doing that. But if you buy the cut file bundle, there's actually a Planner Girl sticker kit that was designed for it. And they just, Hobonichi just released their 2020 lineup. I actually, like, I set my alarm clock for Japan time so I could be there. They released their products over 3 days, and there was certain things I was interested in, and I wasn't sure like how popular they would be. So I did that. I set my timer and placed my order, which has already reached my mother's house. So that's my Merry Christmas present to myself. But anyway, so you guys are going to see me use this particular planner a lot in the rest of this year, next year. So I think that's why it was kind of like a big investment in like my planning like style, and I know how I am, because I'm just not a person who has a daily plan every single day. I'm a very lazy, sloppy planner girl. I've said it there. The truth is out. I'm not a very good planner girl. So that's what's nice about this, is it affords you the ability to be crafty in it. And that's what's really nice. So you're not really wasting pages. You can just use them for other purposes. And then the next thing you know, you just have this like fun planner, journal, art journal, what have you, for all of your extras. So that's what I've been in and loving. That's been my heart. Another thing I love, this is my Kate Spade pouch, but inside my Kate Spade pouch is my Kindle. My Kindle and I have had a love-hate relationship, because like many of you who love books, there's nothing like reading a book and turning the pages. There are some wonderful things about the Kindle, and I made peace with those things and I focus on the positives. It's not the same experience as turning pages and owning books and seeing books on your shelves, but I kind of had to give that up when I moved into an RV. So I have been trying to use my Kindle more. I've been trying to read more, period, which is why the New Chapter Book Club was such a great idea, because it did force me to read. Did I finish the book that I set out to read in September? I did not finish it, but I am not giving up. So I'm going to continue reading. Big Magic is the book I chose. This is my second time reading it. And I still have all the highlights that I made because I read it on my Kindle. So I still have all the highlights I made, which is really nice. I can review them again. And then I will be reading this in October. I'm just going to stay the course until I'm done, even if it takes me 2 months to read it. That wouldn't have been the old Corey. In my single girl days, I read voraciously, because I didn't have anyone to hang out with and talk to. So that makes more sense. It's more of a solitary activity. So I'm actually reading 2 books at the same time. I'm reading Big Magic, and I just started a book called Bright Line Eating, which I'm sure many of you have heard of Bright Line Eating. But I am reading the actual book. I also bought the Obesity Code, so I'm just dabbling in those 2 books in addition to Big Magic. So that is what I am up to. And I just posted in the group a graphic that you guys can share as your very last entry for September's New Chapter Club. If you joined us, that you would have a chance to share what book did you read and how did it go. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Was it a challenge? Was it awesome? Would you recommend it? So it's your chance to be like thumbs up, thumbs down, like a little book critic, and kind of give your thoughts on your book, and so that your fellow friends in the club might be like, hey, that might be my book for October then. So some of you picked some fabulous books, and that were very popular. I actually looked up quite a few of the books that I saw listed in that original post, and put a lot of them on my 2020 book list, because I am going to read. I haven't decided how many books I'm going to read, and I have tried this before, so I know I have said that before. I'm going to read this many books, but this time I'm really going to do it. So I need to be careful how many I put on there. I'm not sure if 1 book per month is too much. It just depends, I guess. Everyone's life is different, and I thought I could really knock it out, but I really didn't read as much as I thought I was going to. So I need to push myself a little bit more. And if that's one of your challenges, if you find that you've been binge watching TV more than you read and more than you used to read, then maybe that's a kind of a sign for you that maybe I need to kind of switch how I spend my downtime. And I say that because there's so many wonderful things that happens from reading. Reading is such a great thing to do. Ideally, reading on an elliptical or a treadmill would be the best case scenario, right? Then there's it's a win-win because you're exercising and reading. So anyway, I know the Kindle is kind of for some people, but imagine that you can carry thousands of books on your Kindle at one time, and just you have a whole library with you everywhere you go. Plus you can highlight things and then email yourself all the highlights from a particular book, like I did today. I did share with you guys a couple quotes from the book Big Magic that were particularly delicious to me. So if you were in the New Chapter Book Club, I did send out the October challenge. If you signed up in September, I sent you the October challenge. And if you are brand new to October, there is a landing page on our website that you can go to, theresetgirl.com, and it's right there, New Chapter Book Club. You can sign up, and we have a brand new freebie for October. It's for one of your craft projects. And so if you're a person signing up for the first time in October, you have 2 freebies waiting for you. And if you are signing up for another challenge in October, you will get the new freebie that we put together for you guys. So you have 5 prompts for October, because I decided to add a 5th one at the last minute, which is giving you a chance to do a little review. I think that's valuable, and I think that makes people think critically about what they read and what the highlight was or what their issue was, and it's kind of fun to share your opinion, and I think a lot of people appreciated that. The New Chapter Book Club was way more popular than I thought it was going to be, so that was really awesome. Over 600 people signed up in the club to do it, so that was like, wow, I would not have guessed that many people would do it. So I went ahead and we're doing it every single month in the fall. So the end of November, challenge is over. I don't know if I'll roll one out for winter, and I think the reason why I wouldn't is because of winter camp. I don't want to overwhelm you with too many things. So I think that fall was a good time to have it, and then winter camp, if you want to do winter camp with us, that will be our fun thing that we're doing together. So those are the books I've been reading, and we have been listening to two things. We've been listening to 80s music. We put the 80s music playlist on today. Pandora has fabulous 80s music playlists. It's just like being a kid again, like listening to all that music. I feel like it just zips you right back to being young. Like you can place yourself. I was in that grade. I had that friend. I lived there when that song was on. Like it's so nostalgic how music can affect you. It's awesome. But the other thing I've been listening to is the New Chapter October playlist. So I put together this really cool playlist. I got all of them from YouTube, and they're all like autumn jazz, autumn relaxation music. There's probably like 14 different segments of music on this playlist. It's hours of listening pleasure, people. But it makes you feel like you're in a little cafe, you're in a little like cozy autumnal kind of feel to it. I almost feel like you can, little crackling fire. Mr. Crafty and I were listening to it in the car as we were driving through the countryside, through all the corn and the soybeans, and you could see the little crispy leaves were starting to fall. And it was just like I cannot wait to listen to this autumn playlist when we're in Maine. I can't even. So that was included in your email, whether you sign up today for it or if you got one for October. I made sure to give you that new link so you could listen to it too. And what else? We're playing, we kind of haven't been playing, but we off and on have been playing a new video game called Shadow of War. Is that right, Mark? It's like part 2 of the whole Shadows of Mordor, but so it's part 2, but we don't love it as much as part 1, but it is interesting. It is fun to play a video game with your husband. I never would have thought like I would enjoy something like that, but it is fun when you work out, you know, it's like a partnership and you work out what each one of you is going to do, and you're, you know, sharing the same character, so you each can control it with your controllers. And so that's where the teamwork comes in, is you're each doing something. So I have a function and he has a function, and that's been fun. There's just times where I'm like, okay, we just need to play our game. We're like parked in the Walmart parking lot at the end of a long drive day, and we're like, okay, we just need to bunker down and just play our game. So that's been fun. So, you know, you could always surprise your husband one day and say, honey, I would love to learn to play a game with you. Or your son. You know, some of you guys have sons that are way into this. Or daughters. I mean, there's a lot of girls now who play video games. Okay. Oh. I see that we didn't have a very nice person in the group. So, you guys know, the smoting, the Blue Wrench team has the smoting power to bing people who are not nice. So Angela, she says she loves playing Tetris together on the Xbox. That's awesome. And Melissa says that she loves video games, but unfortunately her boyfriend doesn't like to play. Hi Jillian. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I know some of you guys, it's interesting. Some of you guys are like never miss a live, and some of you are like very busy, so catching a live is like, oh, it's happening. So I love that. So yay, I'm glad you're here. If you are here for the first time, seeing a live for the very first time, please let me know so that we can welcome you. Anna says that her husband plays. Denise says that she loves the fall collection. Yep. Girls are definitely gamers too. And Lisa goes, I want my original Atari back. Me too. Oh my gosh, my brother kept all of our the Atari and all the games together, and I'm the one who ended up getting it lost. Taken is really more like it, but taken, and it was such a bummer because we had so many games and we played that together. For being like brother and sister, and I think there was like 3 years difference between us, I still feel like me and my brother did a lot of stuff together. We played a lot of different games together, like made up games. But when the Atari showed up, that was a big deal. And my brother was really good at it. As I guess, I don't know. I thought girls were better at like hand-eye coordination than boys, or is it the other way around? But girls just didn't play video games when I was little, or we were little. I mean, think about it, you guys. Really, did you ever really know any girls that were like, oh, I'm really good at the game? I did not. And I had friends who had the game system, but I never saw them play. Their brothers played. So yes, things have evolved, and there are tons of girls who are into it. So I think it's fun to play now and then. So anyway, oh, Emmy says my husband and I met on a video game. That's so cute. Michelle says the fall collection is scrumptious. I agree. It is so delicious. It's just like eye candy. All the colors, like all the delicious colors that I love so much, they've all come together to be this epic thing with all the icons I love. I mean, isn't fall so iconic? When we think of fall, I think all of us kind of gravitate towards the same images, like this, like cozy sweaters and blankets and your boots. I didn't even wear fall boots last year, but I still think of them and I still want them. I just had really bad luck finding boots that fit. So I had to skip them. I have really cute floral wellies that I love, but they're not practical. I mean, I think they're great for like when it rains, but they're just not a practical boot to wear. I'm kind of on the fence about it, but I'm thinking about the duck boots or the bean boots, because we are going to Maine, and that would be a really awesome time to get them, but I don't know. We'll see. So, lives. So, if you got your newsletter, or if you haven't seen it yet, there is another Late Night Crafty Club for October. It's in mid-October, and I have scheduled, I don't usually schedule them, I like them to be more impromptu, but I have scheduled 2 Playbook Power Hours. They are, I will say this, they are a bit more East Coast friendly, because that's where I will be. So I will have to figure out, I am going on a cruise during October, so I will be gone for a short period of time. So I'm just kind of like balancing, like what is it going to be like when we're there, and how active are we going to be? Are we actually going to go out and do stuff? So I just wanted, before I scheduled it anymore, so I do want to help all of us get our summer playbooks finished. I know that you're like me, a lot of you are like me, we're in the same boat together. There's no shame in this club. That you might not have even, I don't think I even finished August. I think I still might have a few pages of August left to do, and I have the entire month of September. So don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like, oh, I'm so behind, I'll never catch up. This is absolutely not true. I have found that if you just are kind of like, take this with a grain of salt, but if you lower your standards a little bit and not try and be like, everything needs to be epic, then I think it is actually easier to do than you think. And I think that I have proven to myself that I really am capable of finishing an entire month in just like, a good solid, like, I bet it would take me a solid like 8 hours to do the whole thing in a more epic-y way. But if I was going to kind of like cut corners here and there, and that's kind of what you have to ask yourself. I think that when you come up with a little recipe for yourself of like, here's some little tricks that I do to kind of like finish a page, but it doesn't have to be like amazing and over the top. But it's really just to give you that sense of like, when you turn the pages, you're looking at finished pages. So that's what we're going to kind of like chit chat about a little bit about during our power hour. And I'm going to show you, as I try to do all the time in a power hour, I try to work quickly. It really is about trying to make the most of that time, and that we're really like focused on getting work done in our playbook. So that's what is happening. I have 2 of them scheduled, but like I said, I'll be adding more. And you, even though it's fall, if you still need to finish summer, please feel like you can do that. And if you're right on time and working in your fall, yay for you. I am having to reschedule the Chapel Crafting with Corey. This is now the second time I have to reschedule it. I was going to have it tomorrow, but because we thought we were going to be in a state park today. We had a lot of driving to do, but we also had a lot of printing to do. Mr. Crafty had to print out the entire collection for me. He even cut some of the pages so that I actually have stickers to show you. So we were so afraid that we wouldn't have time to do that we just decided to just cut our driving time down, and we picked a random parking lot. So I don't feel comfortable staying here in the morning to do the chapel. So I'm going to push that out to fall. It is listed. It's probably not updated on the calendar. That was actually one of the very last things I was doing before we went live. But it is all set up for you in the TRG Insider. All the dates are listed. So that's there. And then tonight is actually a night for the freebie. Now, this was probably 2 late night crafty clubs ago that I was supposed to give you guys your freebie, but that did not work out. So I do have a freebie for you guys for attending the live. Yay! And if you give me just a few more minutes, I will give you that link, and then you can tap out, or you can stay to see the rest of what I have to show you. So activities in October. So I just want to tell you guys, so there's 3 fun things that I'm launching in October. One is the new chapter book club, has October prompts, and all of those, you guys, if you've been dipping into the Crafty Club on Facebook, you would have seen that like every week there's a new post for those, in addition to the other things we're doing. So that will continue in October. It starts October 1st. Also on October 1st, those of you who are in the Summa Cum Laude group will be the fall playbook. So for those of you who finished your summer and are ready to move on, you get to start your fall playbook on October 1st. Yay! And those of us who are kind of sitting in the back of the bus, we need to finish up our summer. But if you haven't got a chance to grab your fall playbook, I really would encourage you to do that. The playbook has been by far and away like one of the activities in my life that has really pushed me to be crafting, because it's like a guide that you just are filling in the pages. You don't have to think too hard. If you just have kind of a busier life and you don't have time to be like, well, what do I dream of doing? You know, some of us just don't have time to do that. The playbook was designed to be a grown-up girls activity book, and there's super fun little activities in it and things that you can get more creative with and kind of push yourself, and things you learn on YouTube, like crafting videos you can apply in your playbook. It is going to go through a little facelift for 2020, so this is the last time you're going to get it exactly the way that it is. If you have collected the past 3, you're going to have a complete set of 4 playbooks for 2019, which is so exciting. I cannot personally wait. That's going to be like an epic live where we're just like going through our pages and looking at all the things that we did, and we'll look back at the winter, playbook back in the beginning of the year, and we'll be like, look how far we've come. You'll see that maybe your style and the things that you did have like evolved and you've gotten better, like your crafty muscles have strengthened. That's what's going to be exciting. So fall, October 1, you guys can start. We'll be starting in our playbooks, and I have 2 power hours scheduled. So when you get the playbook, you're getting like a late night crafty club, you're getting the playbook power hour, the crafternoon with Corey. I do live shows that help support that product, so that you have friends to craft with, that you're getting ideas. You can go back and watch any of my shows. I have a whole playbook playlist on my YouTube channel, so you can watch me do things. Like, I've done things for the first time in my playbook on camera and been like, dang. So you never know. It's just a matter of getting in a little flow. And then once you get going, you're just like, wow, this is so fun, so fast. I'm developing a style, a signature thing that I like. That's what's really fun, is really seeing yourself blossom. So that's what it personally did for me. And it's why I just love introducing it to the community and encouraging you to try it too. The third thing we are doing in fall, and yes, I'm doing this, is ListersGottaList is back. It's back for the fall. It launches October 1st, but we are doing something different. Instead of it being a monthly challenge where you post one thing each day, this particular Lister's Got a List is going to be seasonal. So I provided prompts for the entire season. Now I rolled out 60 prompts. That's an average of 20 prompts per month. And I figure if you are a hardcore lister and you're like, I want to do one every day, I'm sure that if you were like that, you know, dedicated, that you can come up with the extra prompts you need to pad each month. So maybe like 10 or 11 you're going to need every month on your own. But 20, for a lot of us, that's even too much. So I want you to feel like you can pick and choose which prompts you want to do. Maybe some speak to you, maybe some don't. Maybe they all do, but it gives you a little bit more freedom. Maybe you're posting every other day. Maybe you're doing 2 a day. You know, you can choose the speed at which you do it. So in the Reset Girls Crafty Club on Facebook, there are guided like posts that we put. They actually have dates. They'll say from this date to this date, post all of your playbook pages that you did. From this date to this date, post all of your Lister's Got a List that you did. So that's how I kind of regulate the club, and that way it's easier to find all of the fabulous inspiration that everybody's been doing. You can pick one post, sort through it, and see everyone did it one glance. That's what I love about it. It's much easier to see and absorb that particular project. You know, if you're really into the playbook, it's easier to find them. If you're into listers, yay, it's back. So we'll be putting those posts back in the group every week, and then we'll continue doing that through November all the way up towards about mid-December. So it's like, that's how long fall actually is. So you'll just be using those same 60 prompts all the way through, and you just have a longer time to do them. And I did write them to kind of take you through each month, you know, like, oh, you're going to be getting ready for Christmas, you're going to start preparing for Thanksgiving. So I kind of balanced them so you can kind of see that flow as time progresses. And then I'm probably going to roll out a winter Lister's Got a List, and that will probably debut in mid-December, or I don't know. It's really weird when you launch things a little bit sooner than they actually start. So I guess I'm saying that, but it's really, I don't know. Would it be the end of December that I would be giving it to you guys? I don't know. That's math. That's calendar math, and that's hard. So that might be too hard. So, and listers is I think the very first thing that I think I ever did like consistently when I first did, the first challenge I did was 30 lists. That was like, it's a different group that created that. So I did the 30 list challenge, and I did it every single day. I did videos. I was like on it. And I really think that when I went ahead and like so many people were interested in doing a challenge, and the other group only did theirs 2 times a month. So I, in my little innocence, was like, well, maybe people will want to do this with me. So I'll do a list challenge. And then I introduced that on Instagram. I made up a name for it, Lister's Got a List. And then it was like, that was one thing that actually I would say went viral, because it was all over Instagram and everybody was in it. I mean, even Amy Tangerine was like, I'm doing listers. Are you doing listers? And it went everywhere. Heidi Swap featured it on her blog. It got downloaded, I'm trying to remember now, 27,000 times, the little prompt list that I put together. 27,000 times in over 100 countries around the world. So it was amazing. I would never have guessed that many people would be like, yes. So I loved listers. And then I did my first month of listers. And then after that, it was like, I was so busy putting listers together that I never listed again. So, so that's a sad story for me. But I didn't. I made listers kits. I designed them. I dreamed up all the prompts. I imagined what it would be like for everyone else to list, but I never did it really again. I tried this last April. I did do some listing for the Girl Friday collection. So this time, in front of all my witnesses here, I really, really, really want to do the fall prompts. And I'm really excited buy them and for them. I spent a lot of time as we were driving down the highway constructing my list of prompts. So they're pretty fabulous, I must say. So we did something a little different this time. So there's still a free version. It is a list of prompts and you can just download that. You don't have to buy anything else. But you can also get them. They're all cute and designed. This is, sorry. So there's two versions that come in this, I'm calling it a prompts kit. So you get the printable version and then you can just cut these out with your scissors. And this product also includes cut files. So if you have a machine like a Cricut or a Silhouette, there is a cut file version that comes with it. And that way you can put it in your TRG sticker book and just peel them out. You know, print them on sticker paper and then peel them out. So there's two versions that come in the prompts kit. And that way you have options. I have plenty of times used this version. There's nothing wrong with this. If you do not have a machine, the bundle is still awesome because the sheets are formatted so that they'll be this size. And so you can cut it out by hand. You can just trim the page down. They're set up like this. And then you could just cut the little, print it on sticker paper and then cut them out. You guys have seen me cut stuff out of sticker paper lots of times. I go back and forth. I'm lucky Mr. Crafty will cut this for me, but he doesn't always do it for me. It's sometimes when he has time. So I am not above just cutting them out. So they are a really cute, pretty designed version. And then there's just the list version. So you can just copy the prompts onto your own little page and do them that way. So you can, when you have them all together like that, now you can decide, okay, I have 60 prompts to work with. I'm just going to use my Hobonichi and I'm going to use the daily pages and I'll have enough pages to do all 60 of them in here. Or Hobonichi also makes like an A5 book, MD, can't think of what the name of it is. There's another company, it's the same type of book. It's an A5 book and it says MD on it. But is it Midori MD? Maybe you guys can help me with that. Okay. Okay, what's on Mr. Crafty's shirt? Actually, I haven't really paid attention to his shirt today. Mr. Crafty, what's on your shirt?
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Awesome. Have you guys ever seen the show IT Crowd on Netflix? It's a British show. That's another one of our favorite shows that we've watched through multiple, like over and over and over again. Although British humor is not for everyone and sometimes it doesn't translate as well back and forth, that particular show I feel like it kind of does translate, and that's kind of the epic. Every time they answer the phone in the IT department, they always ask the question first, have you tried turning it off and on again? Because that's the first thing Mr. Crafty will ask me. Anytime I say, Mr. Crafty, help me. There's something broken. There's something wrong. I can't get this to work. He'll say, did you reboot? Have you tried turning it off and on again? Is basically what he's asking. Okay, thank you. Somebody just answered. No, that's not. It is, I think it's Midori too. Laurette, so they have these books. They look like this and they're white. I bought them in Japan. They sell them online. They sell them on Amazon and they're just like plain grid inside and they're fabulous, but I'm pretty sure they're made by Midori. And when I say that, am I saying Midori Traveler's Notebook Company? No, I think they're different because I didn't see those notebooks at the Traveler's Notebook Company. So I don't know. My brain is not functioning well at the moment. And I'm trying to remember, like, what did I do with that notebook? Oh, I think, okay. So I'm going to see if I can rescue the notebook in question. Okay. I do have it. Okay. So when I was in Japan, they have this, it's called MD paper, made in Japan. So they look like this, and you can buy these on Amazon. And they have like a little linen spine, and they're all delicious craft paper, and they have a delicious, completely open, flat, like binding, so they lay flat when you open them up. The paper is yummy, and it's called MD Notebook. That's what it is. I don't know why I kept thinking there was Midori as part of the name. Silly, silly rabbit. So that's what it is. Aha! It does say Midori, but it's not the Traveler's Notebook. So it's right, it does say Midori right here. So I don't know. MD paper. So anyway, this is an option, like this type of notebook. Stayology is a really good choice too. So Stayology does another A5 size notebook. Their paper's like grid, very delicious. I just think grid is awesome. I think when you decorate on it, it looks awesome. It's what is in the Hobonichi as well, although the paper is different. And then I have this yummy cover that I got from One Star Leather Goods, is where I bought this from. So this is a little notebook that I actually have a purpose for, that I'm going to be using for like my fitness and health, and putting something together in here. So that's why I had it tucked away. But those are options that you can grab on Amazon. The A5 grid notebook is, I would look at that generically and see what pops up. You might try doing it like in a bullet journal. If you just want to keep them all together, you could do an album and do like little pocket pages. You could do a junk journal style. So there's so many different ways you could do your listers. If you want to do the pocket sized little traveler's notebook, there's so many options now on Amazon even, or Etsy. You don't have to get an expensive leather one. You can do like a Webster's Pages version, which are very economical. They're not made from real leather, so they're less expensive. They're more like fashion, fashiony. So there's many different ways you can do your listers, and you can just make this epic little listers book, for the fall. And you can make a cute little cover, my fall listers. Super love that. Hi, Miss Kylie. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so Mr. Crafty is I'm gonna go ahead and release the freebie. Release the freebie, Mr. Crafty, to all my friends out there. And thank you for being so patient and kind. I'm also not sure what time it is. Okay, it is 10:12. So now I'm on the East Coast time. Now it really is the late night Crafty Club for me. It's finally official, because back on the West Coast, I'm doing this at 6 o'clock in the evening. So afterwards, like, I'll eat dinner. I still have time to like watch my show. So like after this, I'll probably be like drained, and we're gonna be did someone just say release the Kraken? Release the Kraken. My mom loves to say that to this day. She's this teeny tiny little dog, and she'll open the door for her to run out. Her name is Rita, and she'll go, release the Kraken, every time her dog goes out. It's so adorable. My mother is so cute. Hi, Miss Rachel Brown. Okay, Rachel asked an important question. Any word on the mystery boxes? Girls, the mystery boxes was such an epic job. Mr. Crafty and I were seriously like, what were we thinking? That we could, just cram this project into a few days working in our storage. So we did put together a certain amount of mystery boxes. They're all inside like I'm not sure if I think it's a medium-sized stay flat. It's the kind that opens on the ends, not like up on the top. So we put together, I don't remember the number. He's like, he said they're in the belly of the beast. So we made them all up. We crammed them full of stuff, and then we put them down into Liberty's basement. So we have them with us. Then we loaded our basement is literally full of TRG stuff. Then we loaded our basement with like boxes of like all the stickers. You guys remember how we used to sell sheets and sheets of stickers? So we grabbed all the trays that the girls used to pick the sticker sheets from. We grabbed all of them. We grabbed the Layering Circle Love collection. All the old sticker stuff, like old sticker stuff, you guys, like all the old collections, we have them. So I grabbed tons of clear acrylic stamps. We used to do a bunch of little stamp sets for the Listers kits, and I bought a ton of them from Citrus Twist kits too. Like I used to buy stuff from her wholesale, so I bought tons of little stuff from her. I bought traveler notebook stuff. I mean, I did not realize, when I was telling you guys all the stuff we had, I hadn't even scratched the surface of all the stuff that we had. So these mystery boxes are stuffed. Like each of them has like 3 planner stylus kits minimum. Each of them has like a kind of like a high-end product, like maybe it's a brand new bullet journal or a brand new planner, or it's got like a snap binder from Simple Stories. So each box has got one kind of more like, I don't know, an item of value, I would say. They all have a pair of gold scissors. They all have washi rings in them. So I try to make them fairly even Steven in terms of like the value of the boxes. So we have boxes, and we're also going to do what we're calling mystery flats. So we're going to take like Stay Flat envelopes and cram them full of stickers and stamps. The things that are very flat, so that they kind of stay flat, and hence the name Stay Flat. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to do boxes and flats. So there's 2 price points. It's a matter of kind of like figuring out those price points and what they are. And we need to really be in a place for a while to be able to like manage the shipping and stuff. Now, did we make 100 mystery boxes? No, we didn't. We could have, but we didn't get that far. So we didn't make as many as I'd hoped. But I want you guys to know there are many, many mystery boxes sometime in the future, because like I said, we just have so much stuff. I have bins and bins and bins of scrapbook paper, like packs of it. Lots of it from Crepe Paper, who's always been my favorite. So I would buy stuff from American Crafts, like clear out a whole, like an item from them. I bought the little bead toggle, like the little bead charms that they had from Dear Lizzie. Like I bought 900 of them. So because we used to do the ListerGottaList kits, and then I'm like, well, I'll put them into my workshop kits. So I used to do all this like crazy shopping and just, yes, I'm gonna do all these kits, and then I didn't do the kits, so now have all the stuff. So to me, when I look at some of this stuff like ephemera packs and stuff, to me it's like, oh my gosh, it's so awesome that this is available still, that I can cram this into a box and be like, look what you get, look at all the stuff that is still available. I don't look at it as old stuff. I look at it as like, this is awesome that I can still get my hands on it, because the stuff that I liked, I was like really into Crepe Paper and Maggie Holmes and Dear Lizzie. Like I loved all that kind of vintagey stuff, so that's what I focused on purchasing. And I didn't realize I had like probably 50 pairs of gold scissors. So I was like, scissors for everybody. So anyway, we're gonna get to Maine, and then sometime in that month they'll go up for sale. Now, what's going to happen, and I said this before, is I'm not going to announce it, because it's an impossible thing to have such a tiny amount and have I hate to disappoint so many people. So to me, it's going to be that like finding the golden ticket, where it's just this random wonderful day that you happen to go on the Reset Girl website and oh my gosh, there is a mystery box or a mystery flat. So either way, it's just going to be one of those surprises, but it is going to happen sometime in October, because I really don't want to be driving that stuff around in our basement when it gets cold. I just, I don't know. I don't think that would be good for anything. So that's what I'm doing. So yes, that was a long answer to a very short question. So sorry. So, okay, Mr. Crafty, I'm sorry. I didn't double check that. Yay, Mallory says the freebie is so cute. Thank you. So we put together a fall version of the little bingo markers that you guys have gotten for your playbook. So when you do your little bingo sheet in the playbook, you have a fresh set of bingo markers to use that are very fall delicious. So that was what the freebie was. Yay. And collage artist, one thing that's very helpful is that when you get a freebie, when you download it, saving it first before you try to print it is key. Secondly, if you click on it and opens and it appears blank, oftentimes some of the artwork we use is big. And even when you put it in a PDF, it can still take time depending on how, what your connection speed is. It can still take time to actually populate. So sometimes you guys think that we gave you a blank document. Oh, pshaw, we would never do that. Sometimes it is just the fact that it takes a while for the PDF to load itself. And largely that's dependent on what kind of connection speed you have. Because I've seen that happen to me when I've been using my a hotspot, or we're kind of have a bad connection. That's when I start noticing, okay, things are loading really slow. So I have experienced it myself, but we would never give you a blank sheet. Mr. Crafty's writing me a super secret message. Oh, he's asking me when I want to do the top down. So, okay. I have discussed quite a bit that's on my list here. So, just quick little poll. Yes, Deborah Ramos, girl, thanks for reminding me. So you're asking me about the his and her prayer binder video workshop, I should say. Absolutely, this is still happening. I have Mr. Crafty and I made sure that we have because we both bought materials and products to actually construct ours. I have my binder, but I think I'm kind of toying with the idea of doing a traveler notebook version, because that's kind of different. I feel like a lot of people do them in binders and planners, and I was kind of thinking maybe I'll do a traveler notebook version to show people how they could have both, or one or the other. So my dream would be that I could get that done in October. That would be awesome. I know I've said this. I'm horrible. I really am, because I know I've said it. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to do it here. So I have not given up on it. It is definitely the first brand new workshop that I would love to roll out there, because I really want to do that. It's super important. So please know that that's still on our hot list of things that we're trying to get to, and hoping that we can do that in October, November is my hope. My hope. And yay, Suzanne says that she's going to be working on hers. You just rewatch the prayer binder video. If you came to camp with me last summer, I actually used the prayer binder in one of our chapels, and I actually prayed through it, which I've never done before on camera, but I prayed through it to show how it works, how it actually looks in action, and that was pretty awesome. So Suzanne and Deborah, if you are listening, if you went to camp, that might have been a chapel that you didn't see that you would want to be watching, because that was pretty epic. It was pretty cool, because you never know what's going to happen when you start praying. You just the Holy Spirit gets involved. You just don't know what's going to happen. Okay, so are we ready, you guys? Jackie, thank you very much. I'm going to make a little note of that. So ever since we switched back to YouTube, now you guys are using your super secret YouTube names, and then I don't know what your names are. I feel like with Facebook you can't really do that. You have to use your name. Once in a while you can get away with it, but so it's hard. I'm kind of forced to use your little names that you picked, but it's all I try to record your real names. So Miss Burning Blue Skies from Montana, if you could give me your real name, I could record that as well, because that way okay, I'm gonna put it in the back of my Hobonichi so I don't lose it. Let me see if this pen will write. This was one of the Kiki K pens that are so cute, but they write really crummy. Okay, so I did do this on the International Late Night Crafty Club. I did start writing down names, how to pronounce names, because sometimes you just don't know if you're saying someone's name right. And I did manage to remember a lot of that. So Miss Terry asked about winter camp. I'm probably going to be announcing more about winter camp at the end of October. I'm actually going to make I'm planning on making it available to purchase on like Black Friday, you know, that time period, because that's where everything goes on sale. So I'm kind of planning on doing it then, so it gives you guys time to start, you know, planning. You can try and get that nailed down before Christmas comes. So I'm trying to like I'm trying to help you guys have enough paychecks, because some of you guys are on a really tight budget, but you really want to participate. So we want to make that happen. And although we definitely price our stuff so it's as accessible as I can make it. I'm told constantly by much more busy, savvy people that we totally underprice. But I don't know. I really, it matters to me that as many people can do the workshop as possible. So I want to give you guys time to kind of budget that and make sure that there's time before. So I'm going to make it available for sale much earlier than it actually launches, so that you have that time. You can ask for it for Christmas. I know a lot of you guys liked doing that before, and I wanted to make sure that I do that. Okay. Wow. So Brandy, you go, so are you Deborah or Brandy? Because that's that's a completely different name. And I don't want to be like asking you guys like personal questions. Explain yourself why you're using this. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you. Okay, I'm just writing down if you guys are going by you know, these names, Burning Blue Skies. If you guys are going by different names than normal, it would be helpful just to let me know that. I did see another name here. Oh gosh, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, hi Miss Sloan. She goes, I'm just me. Okay, so we're your friends, so we're gonna call you Brandy. So, because we're all family in here. So thank you guys. You're so cute. God bless you. Thank you. Right, Lisa? We got some undercover girls in this group. They're like, yeah, I go by this name here, but I go by this name over here. I love it. So I'm not making fun of you guys. I think it's funny. Yay, I'm so glad Kathleen says that the prayer binder was life-changing for her. I'm so happy to hear that. I missed someone's name. I saw someone tell me their name. And I'm not seeing it now. Did I imagine that? Aha, there we go. Fashion Bird. She said, my name is Natalie. Okay, so I just want to make sure as much as I can to call you guys by your names and not your little YouTube names. So Freedom Deep, see, that's a secret YouTube name. You are so welcome for the freebie. Okay. Hi Serenity, and hi Miss Dawn. I see your guys' little face. Well, I see one of your faces. Okay. Okay. Miko-san. Thank you so much. I'm writing this all down. Keep in my dossier. Keeping tabs on you guys is really Michelle. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are so welcome, Miss Angela Robertson. Oh, see, on YouTube, you don't have your pretty face on your little icon. Some of you guys use you've uploaded a little picture of yourself so I can see you, and some of you guys just have a little generic thing going on. So, but I see you, Miss Angela. I'm just used to seeing, I'm used to more so your faces on Facebook. I feel like I've kind of like gelled with a lot of those little images. And now that we're back to YouTube, I'm having to like relearn this. And I feel like I don't know some people now. You guys are strangers to me. Okay, so we're about to go ahead and switch gears now, okay? We're going to get down to business. What you're really here for. Me. Lisa. Michelle in the house. Okay, so Lisa says, I'm just Lisa. Julie, you're so welcome. I'm glad you love the printable. I personally love the bingo markers. I think they're so fun. When you buy the playbook, you get a little checklist for the bingo sheets so that even though you're covering it up with the little square when you complete it, you still have a little checklist that you can see which ones you actually did. So it still keeps track for you, if that makes sense. If you've downloaded one of our playbooks, like summer, it came with checklists and so did fall. Okay. Yes, Anna, you definitely need to add a photo. So yeah, those of you who have not added your photo yet to YouTube, this would be a great reason to do it so that our friends we can see each other. See your little tiny little faces. So it's really funny. Everybody is a tiny little icon, right? But when I meet you in real life, like at a real event, it's like sometimes like that little tiny icon, that little impression I get, you're nothing like that or don't look anything like what I thought you were going to look like. Because all I've ever seen is this little tiny circle of a person. And then in real life, I see you and I'm like, I know your name. I know who you are. So it is definitely super fun. Hi, Misty. I see your little face. Welcome to the club, girl. Misty, we did post the freebie for tonight showing up live. Mr. Crafty can repost it for you guys. We have 222 people in our chat room. If you guys could be so kind as to give this video a like, a thumbs up. I know it's kind of a pain because if you're on your phone, you have to minimize, kind of get out of the chat and do that for me and then get back in. But I would so appreciate that if you could do that. It does help the algorithm get us up higher into it. It makes us more visible to other people that might become new friends. And then people who make themselves unwelcome get booted out by the power of the Blue Wrench. My Blue Wrench team, my smoting girls. So, okay, so... Okay, Natalie says that she's here in Oakland, California. Natalie, I grew up in Fremont, just down the freeway. So she's like, I'm tired. Okay, so there's the link. Yay, Misty says there's 89 likes. Thanks, girls. Let's keep it going. Hi, Miss Lynn. There you go. I saw you on the last show, and I was calling you Miss Mazda because that's all I have to work with here. But I know, Lynn, your name. Okay. There's Angela Robertson and Lynn Robertson. Okay. Thank you, girls. Done and done, Angela says. Excellent. That's right, Angela. The smoting wrench. The smoting wrench. That's what we need to have. Kelly, t-shirt. A big blue wrench. You've been smoted. Hi, Kat. Welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you're finally home, too. All safe and sound. Oh, Natalie, Oakland, Tennessee. That's right. You told us earlier it was like, what was it, 90 degrees, 100 degrees? Well, there's Oakland, California. That's what I thought you were saying. Oh. Aw. Leslie, thank you very much for sharing that with me. I appreciate that. You know, I'll be honest with you guys. I have been I really can't put into words what happened. I don't know when this kind of started, but at some point I just felt like Instagram started becoming like a sad place for me. And just being a little transparent, I felt like I felt like I took on, like I got wounded a lot from the planner community. And I felt like it was kind of, I don't know. It's like I started unfollowing accounts that kind of made me sad because I know that some people like said really mean things about me and kind of believed things that other people were saying. And everything I loved about being part of the planner community, I sort of felt like ostracized. And that kind of like went hand in hand with Instagram because that's where it all started. And at one point, Instagram meant the world to me, you guys. It felt like my full-time job. I was on a schedule with Instagram that I posted every 2 hours, every single day. My account was like the fastest growing in the planner community. It like shot to the top. I mean, I was studying my stats all the time. And it's not because it was like it didn't like equate to like, oh, if I have this many followers, it equates to this many sales. It wasn't like that. It just like, it was like my little girl heart felt like, oh gosh, people like me, I'm doing something good, and people like following me and they love my posts. And then just when all of the bad stuff started happening, and you know, it just made me just take this big step back. And I feel like just looking at planner stuff just really bums me out now. And I've never really been able to like separate that feeling from Instagram, and it's really weird. Now, I will go on there, and I should do it more often because you guys tag me a lot and you share stuff that you're creating, and like shame on me that I don't do that, that I don't go in there and at least be like, high five you guys, because I do get tagged a lot, and you guys do share stuff that you're doing. You're sharing what's going on in the club. You share your playbook. You share the stuff with a new chapter. I mean, you totally like, yay, Corey, thanks for doing this. Like, it's awesome. And I feel like really cruddy that I just have this really, I don't know, that I'm just not doing enough to do that. So I do go on there. I have been trying to make more of an effort to go on there to like, hey, like high five, you're awesome. But for a long time, I wasn't, okay? I will be honest. So I've probably missed many lovely things that have been said and done on my behalf. And for that, I'm very sorry. I'm sorry that I might not have acknowledged you. And I'm so touched that it touches you that you have been acknowledged. So, because I know what that feels like, just for someone to be like, hi. Trust me, I have screenshotted plenty of times where someone that I just follow said, you know, hey, it could be a brand, it could be a person. That made me feel good. Like, I remember the first time that like Amy Tangerine or Emily Lay, she acknowledged me. And then like when I met them in real life and they like gave me a hug, I was like, oh my, they know me from Instagram. Like, Instagram helped me like be able to do amazing things. So I need to get back to like a better, happier place with Instagram. And I really feel like I'm mentally gearing up for that. I like literally stopped posting, right? Like, I think week 1 of camp, I just wanted to focus on camp, and Instagram just takes a lot of effort for me, like to try and like pose everything. So I really do want to make this fall my fall life and getting to go to Maine. I want to share that on Instagram. I want to really do listers. I want to do it well. And I want to share my little Hobonichi again. So I just want you guys to know that I do acknowledge that I have been up with Instagram, but I am turning a corner, and I do want, and I'm doing that because I love my community. And I encourage you guys all the time to like, you know, every time I've ever gotten to speak anywhere, I always encourage, I ask everybody in the room, how many of you have ever shared a planner post on Instagram? And so many people have never done that. So that's always been kind of like my little message, is like, I really want you to feel confident and just be like, look, this is what I do in my planner. Pretty, ugly, whatever. And I always share my first, you guys, if you ever have time on your hands, if you want to scroll back to and see my very first planner picture I ever posted, it is the hottest mess. No one ever believes me. I always share it in like some of the speeches I've given. I always share the picture. It's not even in focus. It's really awful. It's awful. But it is a testimony to like how far one can come when they have passion and they put creativity into something. They really love something, and I want to love it again. And I need to remember that what I love about this and how I got over my fear of doing this, I need to remember that when I go on Instagram, I'm still talking to you guys. You're what matters. I can't do anything about what other people think of me or say about me or the opinions they have of me. There's nothing you can do about that. I need to just remember my family, this crafty family, is on the other side of that screen. You're who's going to be reading that message. And I think that will probably really help me. So yeah, I think I think I'm just coaching myself into a better place right now as we speak. Hi, Miss Heather. I see your little face. Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Oh, and Miss Heather, thank you so much for emailing me all of the tips that you gave for like my little trip to Maine. You gave me lots of locations to go check out and that thing. And I know quite a few of you have done that, have sent emails with suggestions because you know that I'm going to be coming near you or in your area. So I really appreciate that you thought of me, and thank you for taking the time to do that. Personally, I just wanted to tell you so. Yay! So it's okay, Liz. You're still welcome even if you're late. We posted, there's a freebie available tonight for live attendees, of which you are one. Mr. Crafty, can we post that again for Miss Liz? And okay, so yeah, I'm gonna, oh, thank you, Jody. Okay, I'm gonna get your super secret YouTube name back on here. So I will, J. Sheeler. There we go. One, Jody. I've always loved the name Jody. I think that's such a cute name. Thank you, Miss Carrie, for such lovely encouragement. I really appreciate that. And thank you, Diana. Anne, she says looking at puppies helps on Instagram. I agree. I started following completely different accounts that, you know, not part of the planner community, just completely other things. And you're right, looking at puppies does help. I have followed all kinds of accounts like dachshunds, puppies. For a while there, I was following a rabbit that had as an account. So I just don't go on Instagram. I almost feel like I have a fear about what's gonna be there when I open it up. But I'm gonna make peace with that. I'm gonna continue posting pictures there. I would like to join with you. We're all gonna post our listers, our playbook, our new chapter, all the fun things that we're doing in the club. We're gonna share them on Instagram. Okay, that's gonna be our thing. And I'm not gonna care. I did write all the names down. Kimberly asked me, did you write all the names down? I did. You guys are in my Hobonichi. Aw, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that, girl. I used to be seriously, like, I would not ever do a live. I would pre-record it and then air it and then be in the chat room with you guys. I had a real hard time. But now, if I wait too long in between lives, I really genuinely miss you guys. And then I get kind of afraid to go on because I'm like, are they going to be there? Did they give up on me? Has it been too long? So it's kind of weird. I don't know. You guys are like real to me, but I just don't know until you turn the camera on. Will they show up? Will they be here? Okay, enough of the chit chat. I could just go on and on. You guys bring out the extrovert in me. That's what it is. I'm not this extroverted in real life at all. Okay. Oh, Mallory says that she follows a dog on Facebook called Sydney Thompson. That's awesome. A dog by the name of Sydney Thompson. Isn't it so funny how they're like pets that have Instagram accounts and they're like flourishing, like they have millions of followers because it's just such a cute thing to look at a cute dog wearing a hat. You know what I mean? Like there's just so much cruddy stuff online and it's just so fun to just see something lighthearted and just, I don't know, animals are cute. I love me some animals. Okay. See, Susan says, I have a doxie and she's been a subject in my playbook and junk journal. Isn't that fun? I've had doxies too. Michelle says that she follows people who foster cats, so her feed is full of kitties. Kelly Johnston from Canada, you're in my book, okay? Poor Kelly in Canada, always left out of our physical, the few times we have a physical sale, and you never get to buy anything from us because we won't ship internationally. We're terrible. I always feel bad about that. Okay, so Diana says pug accounts. Bonnie says I follow cats named Cole and Marmalade. They are so cute. Laura says that she's a cat person. Aw. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff on Instagram. I actually haven't opened Instagram and probably, did I open it today? Oh, do you guys, hey, I'm going to give a little shout out here. Simple October. She joins us during camp, but I'm not sure if she does. This is Emily. I'm not sure if Emily joins us on the lives, but she does in camp. And she makes the cutest little clips. I myself have tried to buy a few things from her, but she makes them in small batches and they go quickly. She's adorable. I know quite a few of you follow her because she's done different things. Like I really do want you guys to notice her. Her and the paper basket. And I'm giving you guys a really good scoop because the paper basket is one of my sources for my ephemera that I love so much. But I like her. Kitty Witty Paper Craft. That's Miss Amy. She did camp with us. She was the junk journal with the golden books. But Kitty Witty Paper Craft is another great account to follow. I just don't follow as many people as I used to. I still follow Miss Vicky B. Do you guys watch Miss Vicky B on YouTube? She was one of the first people I think I watched on YouTube. I love her, like she does stuff with the Hobonichi and the Traveler's Notebook. I loved her. It was a thrill to get to meet her in real life. She is just as much, she is exactly the way I thought she would be in real life, which is, I love when people are, they are themselves, like in real life, the way you think they are, and then you're not disappointed. I want to see if anybody else pops out at me. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, I need to show this to you guys. This is my stepson. This is Mark's youngest son, and he is a bodybuilder, okay? But he posted this tonight, and the outline of his his form, he doesn't even look like he's real. He's huge. Both of his boys are big boys. So when you hug them, you feel like you're hugging a wall, like just a mountain of like muscle. It's really awkward because they're so like muscly. Mark is built with muscle. Like he actually won a state competition when he was in high school. So he still has, like, there's still muscle under there, but he still has, you can tell that he has really muscular arms and stuff, but that's where his son's got it from. So once in a while when I open the Instagram and see one of his pictures, I'm like, yikes. I'm really not following like these little, like a hot muscle man or something. It's just my stepson. So yeah. Oh, Miss Caroline May, she's on our team. Caroline is tremendously talented. I love her stuff. Oh, and another person I think that you might enjoy is Miss Larissa. Larissa is the Grateful Chick. She does a amazing Periscope every day. I bow to her skills on doing a live, but this is her name on Instagram, and every day Larissa will post 3 things that she's grateful for. And she is so inspiring that way. She has been, dedicated doing that without missing a beat. And she's just an extremely positive person. In fact, I'm pretty sure all the ladies in this picture have been to all of my events. They all like gather up together. So she's just, these are wonderful ladies. I've actually met everybody in this picture. And there's Miss Paula. That's Miss Crafty Destinations right there. She does all my events. So, wow, we have just really nosedived into completely different other things. Hey, but you guys, I will show you something. I did take some pictures. I was going to post them. Like, here's one of mine. I haven't posted it yet. This is a picture I took of my, this is a piece of art, wall art that I bought at Hobby Lobby. And I posed it in South Dakota in the grass. And I just, I took a picture of it. I was going to put that on Instagram. So I have been taking some really cool photos. I just haven't got to the part where I post them. So there's me in that same field. Oops, my battery's low. And I'm holding up my big word reset. So, see, I have intentions. I do take the pictures. It's a matter of if they're going to get up onto Instagram. That's the part where I fall short and I'm lame. So I need to work on that part. but I did do some old school, like I color corrected and everything. I was taking pictures of my planner. I was posing my stuff. That's what I was really trying to do, was take as many pictures of like my planner stuff at the national park, so that it was like I was kind of like for us, you know, us planner girls, us girls that love our journals and stuff. So I'm going to put together like a really cool list of everybody that I've been following and stalking behind the scenes. So see, like I did take pictures, you guys. These are going to go up on Instagram at some point. You're getting a sneak peek. So I did have intentions. I just am terrible at the execution lately. All right, are we done talking? Let's get to this. Okay, so Mr. Crafty. Okay, you guys. I am about to show you guys. Now I've printed some of, Mr. Crafty printed this for me, and some of the things I have him printed on special paper, and other things is just like regular paper. So I will tell you what was printed on what as I show it to you.
Grab a friend, bear paw.
Okay, here comes the big bear paw. So everyone, hold on here. Okay. That's right, Misty. It's earthquake time. Everybody. Okay. Here's our fun cords that are in the way. My ugly desk. It's very not. Sloan says her hubby still has muscle under there too.
I think you're being too kind. I looked and I couldn't find any.
I've seen it. I've seen them. Every now and then you flash a gun.
Right, so I think we'll go with one light. Maybe that'll work.
Anybody from Colorado on the live? Miss Deborah Farnham's is looking for ideas of things to do in Denver/Boulder. Okay, here we go, ladies. Okay, so like I said, I'm super excited. I will be honest with you guys, what I actually like will really use versus like I just showed you for I'm showing you for this review. Because I feel like that's fair. Like I sometimes, even if I love a collection, doesn't mean that I love every single little piece or I plan on using every little piece. So I want to be honest with you, like what I am just super thrilled about and excited to use. So here is our Crafty Club kit. This is the first of the 3 kits that we have. Well, technically it's one of 4. Okay, so every one of the kits so far has come with this page, and what this is this is actually a label. If you print this on sticker paper, you can actually cut this out and put it on the front of a folder, which, thank you sir, which I have right here to share with you. So here's an example. This is the first one we did, and it has the fresh start. So this was last year's September collection, and you'll notice that there's a little label up here on the tab, and then this. So this is the same thing. So there's your little label for here, and then this label would go here on the front. So this is a fun little thing just to help you create organization. And that is, we kind of put a little call out for it because I realized over time some people did not know what the sheet was for, and this is it. So that is the answer. So we have something new in this particular collection. I picked out all of these pictures off of Pinterest, and I asked Miss Kelly to make a 6x8 inspiration board for Forever Fall. So this is the color palette we're using, and then these are like the pictures I handpicked that tell the story of a fabulous New England style fall. And I just thought this picture of Drew Barrymore was so adorable. She has little flushed pink cheeks, and she's wearing like a Sherpa lined jacket. I don't know, I just felt she needed to be in there. So you can cut this out and put it into a pocket, or you can punch it and just put it into your album, into your junk journal, however you want to, use your materials. This is just something fun for you to use. You can print, out multiple copies of it. But I love an inspiration board. I used to start with an inspiration board for all my collections. I just think they're super fabulous. And how fun is this? So that is one of the pieces. And then this here, oh my gosh. Okay, so our illustrator, Vanessa, did a lot of some of the pieces that we're using. Like she did these like super adorable little sweaters. They just are super special. They've been hand drawn and colored. Kelly did such a fantastic job with the flowers. This collection has, I agree, Kelly. I think you have outdone yourself. These are the prettiest flowers you have ever made. This acorn is to die for. So this is the decor sheet that comes with the Crafty Club. This was printed on Moab paper. It's a special photo matte paper. So when you print with a color inkjet printer on it, the colors are so rich and intense. It is so stunning in real life when you see it. Let me see if I can show you some of it. So if I could have this like run through like a professional die cut. Oh yay, Lori Harris has some tips. So I'm gonna ask Mr. Crafty if he'll make me die cuts out of this because this is so yummy. Can you imagine? Every time we roll out one of these, I always go, I want to turn this into like a professionally manufactured collection. And I think this would just like be a top seller because it's amazing. So that's the decor that you get to dress up your little pages with. And then we have multiple sheets of journal cards. And we always do a sheet of journal cards that are just like the little images. So I wanted to have a mixture of photos with quotes and then just have some really cute, like just things we haven't done in the past, like look, favorite fall trends, which of course is the yummy sweater and the boots, right? So here's all the things that are fabulous about fall, beautiful, glorious fall. And one of the best quotes of all time is from Miss Anne Shirley, Anne of Green Gables. And I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers. Isn't that the truth? That's an amen statement right there. So autumn shows us how beautiful it is to let things go. I went and researched a bunch of autumn quotes because I wanted to find like really awesome ones. And so this is also on the Moab paper. So that's why everything looks so intense and crisp and just fabulous. I'm telling you, the paper is not cheap, but it makes an enormous difference in the quality. So these are the journaling cards. These are more for like actual journaling. This one's got an adorable little teeny squirrel on it. Oh. And then this adorable camera. That one's got the little record player. So you have the two 6x4. Because this summer I actually started using pocket pages. So now I'm like, okay, now I'm actually going to do more journaling. So we have like the little cozy leaf. And then these type of journaling cards are really great. You don't just have to journal on them. You can also just like add a photo to it. You can use it as a photo, like center a photo in it. Same thing here. You could use this as a photo. You could put an embellishment in it. It doesn't have to be just writing. You can turn it into something that you've embellished with photos or die cuts or other things, or pieces of fabric, badges, a leaf. I mean, you could flatten out a little leaf here in a pocket with the card. You know what I'm saying? This is a texture pattern that this was based on a scarf that I saw. It's on the Pinterest board. I think I'm going to put the link to the Pinterest board I made for this collection so you guys can see it. Hi, Miss Purple Paisley Planner. Oh, by the way, I asked earlier about everybody's super secret YouTube name, and you have one and you always show up. So what is your real name so I can write that down, and then I will know who I'm talking to every time, so I don't have to call you Purple Paisley Planner. Say that really fast. Okay, so here's another one. Cute little Annette. Thank you so much, sweet girl. I have been writing down the names in my little Hobonichi so that I do not forget, and when I see you guys show up, I can say a proper hello. Okay. Really quick. Okay, so here is this one, and then we have fall is awesome. Of course it is. That crisp fall air though. This one is delicious. This pattern all day long. And then this will get you through some listing that you can do, or do memory keeping in your pocket pages. Then we have, these are designed to be word strip stickers, so you can print this on Word, like just snip out each of these little word strips and use in your projects. These are like washi strips. I use that term loosely because we both know these aren't actually washi, but they were kind of like designed to look like that. So we have the sweater prints. Oh, isn't that delicious? So yummy, yummy. And then, oh my gosh, you guys, look at this pattern. It's little sweaters. Okay, so me and Kelly went back and forth on this one. So this is super, super fun. They're little itty bitty sweaters, and they have this delicious kind of like overlay, like this vintage little book copy kind of in the background, like kind of like an overlay on it. Isn't that awesome? So these papers are designed to be like obviously full length, just like you would do with like a scrapbook paper. And you can use this to cover a traveler's notebook. You can use this to try, you know, the sky is the limit. So the stuff I see some people do with the paper is just really awesome. So here is that delicious sweater print, and it's been printed full page, so you could cut this up and use it for different fabric. You can use it to make, you could print these out on cardstock, make journal cards out of them if you want to. Here is pink ledger. I love me some ledger paper. I never get tired of it. And here is a delicious plaid. Doesn't that look like shirt plaid? Like something your husband would wear? Look how cute these two would look together. Like half and half, half this, half that. And then here is a delicious floral that I'm so in love with. This is so yummy. Yum, yum, yum. And then here is another plaid, also delicious. And then here's a pink version of the sweater paper. And then here is another delicious floral. And then here is some grid, another pattern. I never get tired of this grid. And then here is some delicious wood grain. So these are the patterns that you can use for full-size projects. These were printed out at, these are like letter size paper. So you can see that the scale of the prints are kind of on the larger side, which is kind of fun. It makes it a little different sometimes. So you got, I think there's 8 of these. I think the old time we used to do 6, but I think there's 8 sheets of pattern paper. And then you have a Crafty Club bingo card. So this one is designed to help you get into this. So it's kind of like prompts to kind of help you like think of things to do with your kit if you need it. Some people do not need this, and they're just like, oh, I have lots of things I can do with my kit. I don't need that. So this is the Crafty Club Kit. And it is a great all-purpose kit. One of the things that I think is really great about it is you notice that the journal cards are now in here, and we no longer have a lister's kit. So my recommendation is grabbing yourself the listers, like either the free prompts or the designer prompts, and then grabbing the Crafty Club kit. And together these would make an awesome way of doing all of your Listers Gotta List. So that's this one. It's a very awesome all-purpose kind of crafting kit. And then we have the Faithful Life kit. This is one I life kit every single month. This is the one that I like make sure that I have and I use the most. So again, we have the label for the file folder, and then here is the Moab paper, which you can see super bright, intense. And then here is all the delicious little, we always have like a decor kit with each of the kits. So here is, this is all about Jesus and God, and so super cute. Super cute. Isn't that a cute little acorn? And this is like my favorite ampersand ever. Delicious. So again, Moab paper is this one, and we did a mix. Some of the images, some of the stuff we grabbed from like Meaningful, which was a kit we released back in 2017. I think I remember this artwork from that. That's an adorable acorn too. So I love the simple images like this. I just think those make really amazing journal cards. They really pop when you do a layout with them. So love that one and this one. Yay. And then we have, these are the journaling cards that you would actually journal on. Again, this was the Moab, so I have like really rich, plus it feels amazing. It has like a silky smooth texture. Moab is definitely, like I said, it's not cheap, but when you think about what we do with these, some of the stuff that we do, the memory keeping, it really is awesome to have like that more archival quality paper. So here is a guest check, and then the cute little acorn with the little stitches added. And then this, my favorite color grouping, some of the delicious pattern here, which is a great place to place like an icon or like a little piece of embellishment right here, or a photo. And then here's a picture of some boots and leggings and a place for you to journal right over them. And Jesus loves me, this I know. And then we do the longer cards in the Faithful kit. These go in the 3x8 pockets, the little skinny ones. I love using these so much. And then here we go. The Faithful kit has like the icons are kind of like, these look like little Polaroids. You'll see there's a little frame so you can cut them out. So they have like a little white frame going around them like a Polaroid does. These are printed on sticker paper. And then again, I would just cut these out and use them as word strips. And then you get 2 versions of the prompts in the Faithful kit. You get the kind with the punched tickets, and then this is actually the one that I like and use are the little strips. So these are designed to use with the Avery labels. If you use this particular label sheet and send this through, they'll come out on little strips. I just cut them with my scissors. So that's what's inside of the Faithful Life kit, and that you can purchase as well. And then the Paper Punch Buffet kit. So I've been kind of not doing my Paper Punch buffets as much. I really have just been kind of just using my punches with just random paper. I'll be honest with you about that. But once I saw this in real life, at first Mr. Crafty, he did print this for me on regular paper, but the more I looked at it, the more I was like, all right, I want you to print it on the good stuff, because I feel like if I was ever going to use a Paper Punch buffet, it'll be this one. Does that not look just like, I want all of that together on some kind of notebook, like stat. In fact, I was thinking about that, like my little Hobonichi here, like just picturing these. Could you guys just imagine these on here? It would just fall this out with my little mustard cover that I have. So I think it's a must. I mean, it's, the summer's past us. Like, let's just turn this into a fall book now. So I have all of these have a matching punch. If you look at the item description in the store, we list all of the punches that you would use with this. Now, obviously some of the shapes you can cut by hand. You don't have to buy a punch. I think the punches, the shapes that would be most advantageous to have a punch are probably things with rounded edges, like the clouds and the circles. But are these not just delicious? My favorite shapes are ones where there's like photos in them and you can just cut them out, or it's like bits of ephemera like that. Like all day long I would use that. This, like, these are delicious. Look at the little barn and like the yummy blankets. So do you see that New England feel to these, like the tartan blankets and the just super cozy barns? I mean, there was even like an image of like the lobster traps. Like I've not been to Maine. I'm assuming all these things are waiting for me. There's like the little lighthouse. I cannot wait, you guys. I have dreamed of going to Maine for fall for like 32 years, because I used to think about this when I was in high school. That was like, they didn't use the term bucket list back then, but if they did, this would have been a bucket list thing for me. So I am super excited. Paula says, glue the hexies on acetate. Oh, so she's saying you can washi tape it to the spine, the acetate sheet to the spine, so that I could still have, like, it would be a clear cover with the little pieces attached to that. So I'm not actually putting it on the book. That's so smart. See how you guys, so creative. So here's like the fun little images. That's what's kind of fun about this Paper Punch buffet, is it's kind of the way that I love to decorate, where I like punch a lot of stuff, like pictures. I love to punch out ephemera, and that's what, so Kelly does this to make it look as if it's the kind of stuff I would have punched. In other words, that's what these little Paper Punch buffets have always been kind of emulating, which I hope that you guys love that. So here's the squares, the banners, and then the delicious tabs. And I think the tabs are what got me. The more I looked at them, the more I was like, oh, I think I can see myself putting these in. So I feel like this is finally going to be that collection that makes me do, like, I think I'm going to be using the collection. Everything I touch is just so darn yummy. Okay, so those are the 3 kits. Now I want to show you another kit. Now this is kind of different because it's actually something that's tucked into something else. So it's actually in the bundle. So we have what is called a cut file bundle. And if you have a Cricut or a Silhouette, you would be able to make your DIY TRG sticker book. So this is, So just ignore what I'm doing here for a second. I'm actually trying to find it. Okay, so we have what is called a Planner Girl sticker kit. This is based on a real product that we used to have on sheets just like this. These are the little shapes that we used to have. Some of you guys will remember the little Sammies. When we started selling the Carpe Diem planners, this is what these little Planner Girl sticker kits were designed for. They were designed to fit with the Carpe Diem planners. So there she's back again. We have the little banner whimsy arrows. If you guys remember, that have been a long time TRG fan. You remember these are like one of my favorite stickers of all time. I just love using them. Wait till you guys see. If you're new to TRG, I have lots of pictures where I've used this kind of stuff in my journaling, and it just is so delicious. It makes them look so cute and yummy. Like the simplest notes will just take on life. I cannot wait to use these again in my planner. So these are for your let's see, for your monthly spreads, and we gave you 2 sets of them. So I'm just going to demo them really quick because I actually used stickers from 2016. I actually used them in my planner the other day. So here you go. We have these are the little stickers I grabbed from that, and just like they're 3 years old and they still work like a champ. You can the punch kit on the Cricut, Stacy, the cut files are like, if you buy the cut file bundle, there are cut files for the paper punch buffet, so that's included. If you open up open up the cut file bundle on our store, you can see all of the products that are listed inside. So you'll have sheets like this instead of this. They'll look more like that, and your machine will do all the cutting so you don't have to punch a thing. So these little stickers here, the little sweaters, which are ridiculous, are the ones that you would put up here on the tops of your pages. So I'm demoing it on my Hobonichi because this is what I made sure they would fit for, but this is common sizes and things. This isn't anything that won't fit in a typical planner, but I have these little stickers that I replaced up here. So that's where the little sweaters will come in. They'll just replace the boring numbers up here with these. And then there's little blanks in case you wanted to use them for something else. And then we have, if you guys remember, our old planner kits also used to have the fun little icons. So there is enough. We gave you tons of these little clocks so that you can put like an appointment. There's a little fork and knife. There's 30 of them for every single dinner you would have that month. There's laundry, there's little houses, there's the fun little, like anything that's like calendar specific. Cars, this could represent errands you have to go on, things you have to do for the car. There's lots of money that represents things like paychecks, paying a bill, paying allowance, lots of groceries and shopping and happy mail and bills and ideas you might have, all of the fun little reminders. And then these little bitty guys here, which I find are super fun to use them inside the weekly columns. So we made sure that they fit here in these. But you could use these if you have the Happy Planner, the Erin Condren, all of that stuff. And then here we have what would be called weekly boxes. These will fit within Happy Planner Erin Condren because they're actually, when I first started testing out our stickers, this is the 2016 version. So this was designed for the Carpe Diem weekly boxes. I believe those also fit Happy Planner and Erin Condren. They all kind of have a similar, and I'm talking about like the classic sizes, not all the, they have different, I know they have all different sizes now, but I'm talking more about the classic Happy Planner and the Life Planner from Erin Condren. So these are slightly narrower. So they'll still fit obviously in all of those other planners, but I made them narrower so that they would allow you to see the number column still in your Hobonichi. But how cute are they? You could just write a reminder to yourself. You don't even have to use them in a planner if you didn't want to. You could just put them in your journal just to put like a little call out or something. And then you have all of these fun little teeny tiny little vintage labels. And then these are also for columns so that you can kind of write a list underneath them, kind of freestyle. And then here's like little tiny trackers. And there's one for each week. So like you can be tracking something like I drank all my water this week, or I read all I was supposed to read, or, you know, whatever it is you want to work on for the week. There's a little set of trackers for them. Here are little boxes that also work for reminders in your weeks. And they have fun little plaid And all the patterns I was showing you, they're all the little patterns. And then there's more of these little reminders, and then there's little bitty baby hexies, which are so yummy. And then we have more weekly boxes that are all meant to be written on, so you can write down little lists, things, anything that, you know, comes to mind, a quote. You can use these for writing quotes, scripture. They don't, again, don't have to use them in the planner. There's so many other things you can use these for. And then there's a little strip of different little pieces of decor, like this adorable little squirrel. Hello. I love how he has this little look on his face like, oh, hello. Were you looking at me? Let me see if I can get the camera to focus. This is not our fancy camera. Did you guys see that? Just for a second, his little face was showing. What am I doing wrong? That's what I'm doing wrong. I got it. I did it. I figured it out. It took me a minute. I'm like, I know there's a trick to this. And then here's more. These are the monthly boxes. So a Hobonichi is a little different than your typical boxes. They have this, like, let me show you. I'll give you a fresh month here. So like here in here's my October. So they have a bar at the top, and then it's like a little square down here. So these are designed to fit the square, the grid, and leave the little box at the top alone. Okay, so I'm just going to put one in here. Hopefully this date will not be important and I won't have messed that up. So they fit there, and they leave that little bar going across the top alone. So you can still use your little round, the little round number circles that I showed you earlier. You can still use those. And you guys will notice that I made sure to add, there's a Craft Afternoon with Corey reminder, there's 2 late night crafty clubs, 2 power hours, and a chapel crafting. So these are little reminder stickers that you can put on your monthly pages if you want to, like I do. These are obviously important for me to remember, like, oh darn, I got it live tonight. So I don't forget. But I put them in here because I figure on average this is about what the most I would probably do every month, so that they are here for you. And then you have these delicious little space. Some of these have spaces to write on, and some of them are just like super cute fun, just to, like, you know, just to make it super cutie. And then here's like little bitty little file folder type vintage labels in all the delicious colors. You guys remember the clipboards? We used to do lots of clipboard stickers with every Planner Girl kit. I asked Kelly to put in some honeys. I love that dress she has on. I love, these are so yummy, delicious, and simple. So the clipboards are meant so that they're not really meant, they're too wide for any of the monthly or weekly squares. These are meant to be used over here. So like, for instance, if you wanted on your daily pages, and again, in your journal, in your notebook, it does not have to be in a planner, but you could just like put a little call out here, a little reminder, something that's just important to, like, hey, notice this. Let me see. Ooh, see, here's all my planning for content for the year. Keto shopping. I was just making all kinds of random notes. Here's all my notes for Forever Fall, you guys. So here was my list of all the things I wanted to make sure got done. So I think what I'm gonna do now that I've like been getting into the groove, I think that I'm gonna start doing videos of my setup. Because I'm starting to have a feel for what I'm doing and stuff like that. So I think I am going to start doing my, I don't think I've ever really done a plan with me type video, but I'm thinking I'm going to do that. Is just sit down and set up my October. So as an example, this is like a little place that I could add a little extra something here, you know, to go with my, I wrote out the Lord's Prayer here. So that is an example of how you could use those. So that's the Planner Girl sticker kit. This is nestled in the cut file bundles. I wanted you guys, those of you who have a silhouette and a Cricut, I wanted you to like, oh wow, I could get stickers for my planner this time. Now, if you don't have a machine, I don't know how in the world you would get these out. If there's a punch out there that fits these perfectly, I don't know specifically what it would be. So I didn't want to really just go, hey, this is a printable, because I felt like that was really unfair to expect people to cut every single little piece out by hand. So I decided to just go ahead and put the Planner Girl kit into the cut file bundle, because then you would have everything plus stickers for your planner, which I thought was fabulous. Also, since I'm right here, the we talked about this earlier. So there's two, these are together in the Lister's Got a List Prompts Kit. These are together. So it's a standalone product. It's not in any of the bundles. It's not in the master bundle. It's not in the cut file bundle. It is literally on its own. And so you get the printable version like this, which you'd print on the full size, and then it comes with cut files so you could have the little half size sticker sheet. And now I can just, you know, pull out every single one I want to use. So they end up being, and Mr. Crafty, he even listed here on the side what they're for. These are the fall prompts. So there is 4 sheets of them. So that's what this product is. So this one I'm in love with. I wanted to kind of try to get away from like the ticket punch and the strips. So I asked Kelly if we could go back. This is a type of prompt sheet she had made me for a workshop in the past. So I asked her if she could kind of redo it for the fall. And she came up with these, and I am so in love. So it's kind of like, I don't know how many patterns are involved here, but they just repeat themselves over and over, but they are so delicious. And they have my favorite typewriter font. So yummy. They're super fun. I really did put a lot of thought into these prompts, really. I think the majority of them, I want to say I came up with them when we were driving through Wyoming and Montana, if that means anything to you. So, anywho, so the cut file bundle has all the products that I was showing you. It have they're all listed in the description box, so you can see all the products included in the cut file. And then there's a printable bundle, and they have all the products that are listed in that bundle as well. So I personally wrote all of the copy for each one, so I know that they're in there and that you can like see a list of everything included. This is the snippets. So this is a little 2-sheet product that you can purchase. There's a little mixture of some shapes and tags and like really just like the fun, simple stuff that we use a lot in scrapbooking. And then there's a lot of like little images, like photo types. Look at this adorable little tag. Is that so yummy? This is a Sleepy Hollow Farm is actually a really like highly photographed farm in Vermont that is on my little list to see. So some of these were designed with the thought that you kind of are coming with me on this trip. I want you to feel like you're part of this trip and you're going to be memory keeping the trip. I'm going to try and take some photos that can be used for that purpose, but look how yummy and delicious. So here are the snippets. There's a combination of like patterns and the photos, and then this is a standalone product, so it's just little snippets. And then the florals. So the florals, I always ask Mr. Crafty to print these for me on clear vellum. I just love my florals on not clear vellum, on clear sticker stock. I tried to use vellum tonight, but it got munched up in our printer, so I'll have to check that out. But Kelly was so excited when she got these done. She said, oh my gosh, these are the prettiest flowers I think I've ever made. And Kelly, I agree. These are the new favorite. I've always been partial. The meaningful flowers have always been my favorite. And I also love a new. But these, I'm so in love with dahlias. I just think they're breathtaking. In fact, they're like on my phone. I took a picture of some dahlias. They are really popular in Washington. I took this photo outside of a grocery store. So they've grown in Washington. I don't know if they're growing anywhere else. I've not seen them anywhere but Washington. So maybe if they grow dahlias where you live, I'd like to know. Good night, Miss Terry Owens. Thanks for hanging out with me. And then here's the Honey Bundle, Volume 18. These girls are ready for the fall. They got their little fall clothes on. Again, these are things I usually have Mr. Crafty print on the clear sticker stock. So I wanted to point something out to you. A few of the girls on here are actually hand-drawn by our illustrator, because there really aren't, first of all, there's not African-American honeys from this era. There just isn't. And so we actually have them hand-drawn for us and added in so that they kind of like get to blend in with that same era. And I love her so much. She is my favorite. I love the look on her face. I love the dress that she's wearing. They're so yummy. We have a very talented illustrator on our team, and so she's been adding in African American honeys into our sheets more and more, and so I'm really loving that. And this is fantastic. We have another person. There's like 6 people who do the honeys for us, because they are not the so we take some original artwork and then we completely redo them. So like as an example, this girl right here, she's wearing a guest check dress. Is that not awesome or not? Good night, Miss Suzanne. Good night, good night, good night. So some of these girls they're wearing TRG original fashions. They've been reclothed, and they're wearing way cuter clothes, because if you were to look at old stuff, they do not wear cute stuff. A lot of the colors and stuff are just like, yikes. But you can see that the sweater patterns have been added to their clothes. So we have a really talented Photoshop guy in Malaysia that does that for us. So these girls are a lot of work. They are very high maintenance, but oh so worth it, because they are very much a part of my brand. They're part of my art. I absolutely love the honeys. I always will. I feel a lot of times if I don't use a honey in my artwork, like it's not finished. So you may be wondering what the bonus is for buying the big bundle, because we have been providing a bonus for buying the big bundle, which includes the printable bundle and the cut file bundle. So it has everything that I've shown you except for the prompts. That was the one thing we kept out of it. So that was like an optional thing if you wanted it or not. And so when you purchase that big bundle, you get 2 free things. So you get a bonus sheet of the fall honeys. These are bonus. And they are wearing cute fall fashions. Again, these are TRG original clothes. And then there is a fun 6x8 book cover. This is remember how we used to do magazine covers and book covers all the time? They're very time consuming, so I eventually did have to drop them from things, but I did ask for a special one for this collection because I love it so much. So this is a 6x8, which you can use in a 6x8 pocket, or you can put it on the cover of, like, put it on one of your journals. You could like shrink it down and then use it like to literally cover a journal, like on sticker paper. You could have it cover a planner, a notebook, one of those kinds of things. So here is the Forever Fall book cover. It says, "She couldn't imagine a more blissful season," by Frances Nolan. Does anybody know who Frances Nolan is? Ooh, Miss Spin Girl 68. What is your real name? If you don't mind sharing. I just want to make sure I have people's names, because here on YouTube, everybody has the option of having a super secret name, and then I don't really know who you are. But if you want to share, I can write it down. Annabelle, thank you. Spin Girl 68 is Miss Annabelle. My Hobonichi cover is not from Hobonichi. This is from an Etsy store that I purchased, and it's leather, and it came from a store. Yep, there's a winner. We have a winner. Oh, Bugging Me, thank you. Cheryl is correct. It comes from it's Frances Nolan is the main character of the book A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. Thank you, Miss Bugging Me. Bug and Me Creations is Miss Jerry. That's my mom's name. Okay, so yeah, it is actually a really pretty cover. It's leather. It has like the stitching. It has a double pocket here. It has the little, very similar to how Hobonichi actually makes their cover on covers. So you would take a pen and you would put it through the 2 little loops to make it kind of come together and seal itself, I guess. So that's how it would look. So Misty says, I don't have a special code name. I know, but it's harder on Facebook to do that, because Facebook really makes you use your real name. But YouTube's like, yeah, make up any name you want. Let me look real quick because I've been asked this multiple times, and I may as well tell you right now who it was that I bought this from, because the work is impeccable. It's beautiful. The stitching, all of it is delicious. I'm really happy with both of the covers that I've bought. You guys, I have bought, I'm not really embarrassed, but I definitely have bought a lot of things. I'm going to do a video of basically like a haul to show you all of the traveler's notebooks, Hobonichi covers. Thank you. I'm almost there. Say it again, Mark.
Chili Leather Tunes, CHILY.
Okay, so the name of the company that I got this from on Etsy, it's Chili, CHILY, Leather Tunes. Oh, Annabelle, you just changed your name to really Annabelle. All right, no longer Spin Girl is gone. Annabelle's in the house. Okay, thank you. Mr. Crafty just posted the name of it's under the Reset Girl in the chat room. If you can see that right now, it says Chili Leather Tunes. She has a 5 out of 5 stars. It came from the Ukraine, is where this was shipped from. And it's delicious. And I personally, like, mustard yellow is my absolutely favorite color. And it is kind of hard, I feel, to find leather goods in this shade. There might be yellows out there, but it's to me, it's hard to find that mustard. And so when I saw this, I didn't care if it was in the Ukraine and I had to wait for it. I didn't feel like it was an extraordinarily long time. Let's see, I ordered it on August 2nd and it was delivered on August 15th. So I think that is completely acceptable coming from Ukraine. In fact, there is multiple stores, Etsy shops from the Ukraine that do covers and traveler's notebooks and such. Okay, so I love it. So Miss Spin Girl is now Annabelle. She's out of the closet. She's fully herself. Yay, Natalie changed her name too. Thanks, Natalie. Okay, so excellent. So now you are just Natalie R. She's no longer a fashion bird. Yes, Angela, this is an A5 size cover. And the way that she has it described on her thing is she mentions A5 Hobonichi Cousin cover, A5 Lectrum cover, the Jibun Tesho cover, Leather's Traveler's Notebook. She puts a lot of names in the title. It was with the shipping. Okay, so without shipping, it was $68.99. Which I think is pretty much I felt like that was a pretty average price for stores, whether they were in Europe or here. They're just like the really, I feel like quality product is you're definitely going to pay over $60, I think. But it's really nice. Like I was very impressed. It is like machine made. It's not falling apart or going anywhere. It does have kind of like a little bit of texture to the leather too. So it almost, I hate to say it, but it has a slight, like the feel to it slightly reminds me of like, I hate to say vinyl, but can you see like it has like a little sheen? So it doesn't feel like, to me, this doesn't feel as leathery as like my traveler's notebooks, but it's obviously leather when you flip it open and see the inside. So if that bothers you, and I know some people it does, so I just wanted to point that out, that it does definitely have a texture that's a little different. So anyway, so I do want to let you guys know that we are making a huge change to the store next month. So we are not going to be, we don't really have a lot of individual products right now. Not nearly as much as we used to, but what we are going to do is we're going to be kind of compacting things together so that you pretty much are looking at like a big master bundle, a cut file bundle, and a printable bundle. And that's kind of going to be the 3 main products. And then the Faithful Kit is going to be the one separate thing, and the Lister Prompts Kit will be separate. Why the Faithful Kit is not included is I know that there are people in my community who do not consider themselves Christian. I do not want them to feel like they're being forced to pay for something that they don't want. That doesn't sit well with me. So I'm going to make sure that that is separate, and that you can purchase that in addition to one of the bundles or not. Does that make sense? So I just don't want that being put upon people. Good night, Miss Lady Prepper. You didn't share it with me. Oh, Arlen, thank you. I was like, you didn't share it with me. But I see your name. Thank you. Now I know. I've seen Miss Lady Prepper many times. Okay, so Miss Arlen. Celia says, so far almost all of my tans are Chic Sparrows. I would say that is true of me too. I think I have Chic Sparrow and I have the Sojourner. That's another brand I've been buying and really love. So I like both of them a lot. So I will be sharing with, I'm going to do like a whole thing of, anyway, I'm sorry. I started looking at the chat room, and got distracted. So, hi, Miss Rhonda Vandergriff, Miss Late to the Party. Can you, Mark, can you put the thing in there one more time? So, Rhonda, you made it just at the nick of time because I'm about to close up shop and you are here for the live. So we are putting last call for any of you guys who kind of came in late, didn't get a chance to grab the free printable. But tonight there is a freebie for showing up to the live. If you are watching this as a replay, you can grab it from the store. We always charge like a very nominal fee for the little freebies that we do once a month for our live attendees. It's kind of a reward for showing up because, yeah, it is kind of a commitment to show up to the live. It means you have to structure your day differently. I mean, going out of your way to do that, to be part of this, it thrills my heart to see you. So I appreciate that you go to the effort to coming and being part of this. So I want to make sure that you guys get a chance to grab that. Once a month we do a freebie. So there is the Dropbox link that was just posted in the group. And so when you grab that during the live, it will be free. And then afterwards, hi Sabina, afterwards it will be available for a small fee in the store. Oh, so you guys go ahead and grab that. And Miss Icy Zombies 82, can I get a name? I would love to add you to my list. So that way I can address you by name, unless you don't want to and you just want to keep being Icy Zombies because that's a cute name. So anyway, oh yikes, I just hit the camera. So yes, Miss Annabelle, please, if you're missing something, please do email us, slapithi@theresetgirl.com. Thank you, Miss Monica. Our team will definitely respond back to you. I don't know that they'd respond over the weekend, but we will make sure if you are missing something, we will make sure that you get that for sure. Okay. I see zombies. That's so cute. Okay, so I'm going to ask one quick question before I let you guys go. Good night, Lori. I just wanted to get, I would love to get like some feedback from you because, hey, you're on YouTube, which means you watch YouTube. And I have almost as full a house as I started with, which I love. You guys are amazing. I love that you stick with me to the end. I mean, I totally get that some of you just need to go to bed. I get that. But I have a really high level of like stay to the end girls. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And little Miss Harmy, love that. But if I could get your real name, I will add it to my list. And that way I will know who I'm talking to. And same thing with Miss Jitter's Aunt. I'm writing down your name and then I'll add your real name here. And should I see you again, I can say, hey, what's the list for, Kettle Story? I'm just writing down the super secret YouTube name that you're going by. And then that way I can write down like what your real name is. And when I just see you in the group, it's just so that I can say hi to you and so that you're like a real person and I'm a real person. I'm Corey. You're Christy. Hi, Kettle Story. So, well, thank you, Miss Jody Ellis. I appreciate that. You're amazing too. You guys are amazing that you're just staying up this late with me. So anyway, so here's my question. I would love to get some feedback. And yes, I have asked you guys this question in the Facebook group before, but should you all not be on Facebook, this will be a chance for you just to tell me. And Miss Jerry, how you get the freebie is there's a link that was posted in the chat room. It's blue and it came from the Reset Girl. Do you see it? If like you scroll up a little higher, it's right there. It says LNCC freebie. But maybe Mr. Crafty can post it again. So that link, you click on it, and then it'll take you to where we have, thank you, Miss Jitters Aunt. It'll take you to the freebie we have for tonight. Okay. Christy asked what's the kind of paper. The photo mat paper is called Moab. It looks like that, MOAB. Like pretty much, I think, isn't that like, is that a town in Utah, or am I just imagining that? Is there a Moab, Utah? Okay. Joey Harmon, thank you very much. And thank you, Yvonne, for giving me your name. I appreciate that. It's so cool. It's like, you got, I'm serious. It's like a super secret spy name. And then, but you have a real name. Okay. Okay. So yes, there is. And is it Francesca or Francisca? I want to make sure I say it right. That's another thing I've also been doing lately is I have been putting down the way names are pronounced, which is really helpful a lot with my international girls because I really hate mispronouncing names. Okay, so that Moab paper is a dream. Okay, Francisca, no Cheskas. Okay, so let's get to the question, girls. And again, I know I've asked you in the group, so I appreciate the time, you know, it will take you to answer it again. And I will go back to the chat room after it's over and read anything that you wrote that I just wasn't able to catch. So what I would love, thank you, Angel, is what I would love is to know when it comes to YouTube, what kind of content would you be interested in seeing from me? I have been really studying YouTube lately. I've been in kind of like in our niche, like our little group, we're kind of like a hybrid. We're kind of planner community. We're kind of crafters, scrapbookers. Although I feel like there's not a lot of scrapbookers, like hardcore scrapbookers in our group. Could be wrong, but that's not what I see a lot of. So I would there's really not a lot of examples for me to kind of gear, like what are women like us really interested in? I watch things outside of the crafting community. I personally love skincare videos for women our age. I love, you know, anywhere from like 30s up, you know, to 50s. There's a lot of different skincare steps. I love stuff like that. There are some lifestyle videos I like watching. I don't know that that's what you guys want to watch from me personally. So that's what I'm kind of curious. When it comes to what I do, what you guys know of me to do, what I talk about, talking about being an introvert, all the different things that we've talked about in our little world we have. What would you want to see from me? What would make you be like, oh, I don't want to miss that video? Because I feel like YouTube is kind of I feel like it's calling me. But I really am not sure. I feel like I've lost, like, I don't feel like I'm a planner girl, but I don't know what I am anymore. So I thought I would ask you, because you guys are the one that's going to watch. What do you want to see? Oh, I love it, Damaris. I'm a scrapbooker. Yes, you are. Actually, everybody on my team is. So yes, you guys just throw it out there into the chat room. I will go back. I will scoop it all up. I would, whatever you are interested in hearing me talk about, just whatever that is. I'm open to so many things. I really love YouTube. I really do. I love spending time with you guys on lives. It's such a direct interaction, but but you can do quality videos when you're able to like film them, edit them. And there are many different styles of doing craft videos. There's some people who love doing like flip throughs with music over the top of it. You guys really like the longer videos. Maybe not all of you do, but a lot of you do. A lot of you really enjoy from beginning to end listening to someone go through all the steps. I think that's been said to me many times, but what would you want to see me do? Because I kind of gotten away from some things, and I'm just trying to find, I want to know from my audience, and I am very blessed that I can just ask you guys, just tell me what it is. Misty, you're so funny. She said, you and Mr. Crafty Comedy Hour. And Mr. Crafty made a little note after that that says, my public needs me. It's true, honey. You are a comedic genius. The public just doesn't know it. Okay. Okay, so I like talkie videos more than music. Miss Christie said that she's always dreamed of going to Maine. Mr. Crafty and I are going to be taking video while we're there. We're going to try and take as many good videos as we can. It's just a matter of like editing them and getting them all together, but we want it to feel like you guys did get a chance to see Maine too. You guys are my family. I want to feel like I took you with me and that you get a chance to like, that's why we're like have this forever fall collection so that we can kind of scrapbook our trip together. So it'll all make sense when I get it all together. Then you guys will know. So there you go, Lori Harris. That's what I'm talking about. That make-believe memory making, it's the best. You don't actually have to leave your house. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you taking the time to let me know what you're interested in. Deb Farnham's storm chasing. I just told Mr. Crafty the other day we would make terrible storm chasers. We were so unprepared to take anything, to do video, to photos. It was hilarious. Okay, all things journaling, planning, the creative process, memory keeping, journaling, mood boarding. Banda Cake, otherwise known as Angel, she lives in Maine. Where do you live in Maine, if you don't mind sharing? We're going to Old Orchard Beach. That is where we're gonna, that's gonna be our little home base. And then we're gonna go all over the place because it's really easy to drive around and hit different states. I'm not sure if, Pamela, if we're gonna go to Acadia. I hope so. Acadia National Park, it's like the one national park in Maine. I feel like I need to because I have to get that stamp in my book now. So yes, I'm going to have to go because I need the stamp. Okay. Yes, true, Mallory. You guys are not in a country like that has anything like Maine, so you definitely need to see it. Miss Lorraine is asking one more time for the freebie, Mr. Crafty. If you could post that one more time, because then we're closing it down. And thank you, Miss Joey, for that sweet comment. That just warms my heart. You're 2.5 hours north. Oh my goodness, so you're like really super north. Okay, wow, you guys are really into the inspiration vision boards. I love that. I love that because personally, that's one of my favorite things to do. That actually is going to be one of my projects for this little health fitness notebook thing I'm putting together is going to be based on that. So I may as well do that. What I would like to start focusing on in addition to YouTube is making a mixture of like paid workshops and then some free ones. So there's some things I want to just give to you guys as a gift because I love you, because I want to help you. And then there's some things that's like, this is kind of like how we pay the bills. So I want to do like a little mixture of those and get them into our classroom. So that's what we're kind of Mr. Crafty and our focus is going to be. And to that point, I just reminded myself to tell you guys something. Oh, next month, I just need to let you guys know this. Sorry, November, I should say. November is going to be Customer Appreciation Month, because it is our 5-year anniversary as the Reset Girl, and we want to give you 4 weeks of 5 days each week of delicious love, just deliciousness, freebies. We're going to have some giveaways. We're going to have lives. We're going to do things to just be like, we love you guys so much. We appreciate you. We're going to give you like a bomb discount off of our products. Mr. Crafty really shocked me. But yes, bomb, because we just want to be like, this is your chance. If you've ever wanted a bundle, here you go. So good night, Miss Lisa Stander. Thanks for hanging out with me so long. Okay, so yes, so November is going to be off the hook. We're just going to be showing you guys the love, how much we appreciate you, that you guys make our life just so much fun and so interesting. We look forward to jumping on here. And here we are sitting in a parking lot in the middle of Ohio. And we're here for you because we just love you guys to death. I don't know what we would do if we weren't if we weren't hanging out together, if you guys weren't part of our lives. It just wouldn't be the same. You guys have forever changed me. So thank you. Thank you very much for showing up tonight. I hope you guys all got a chance to get your freebie. After the show, the freebie will be in the store if you were listening to me as a replay viewer. I love you too. I appreciate you watching this entire video, even though you didn't get to be part of the chat room. I hope that you're able to join us for a live. We always make our live videos available as replays afterwards, and we try to put timestamps in the description box so you can easily navigate the video and just kind of jump around to what you want to see. So if you didn't get to watch the whole video tonight on the live, you can always go back and watch the replay too, and you'll be able to navigate it better. I will be adding those timestamps tomorrow. That's what I'll be doing as we drive down the freeway. So the next time you guys see me on a late night crafty club, I'm going to be in Maine, and hopefully all wrapped up in a scarf in my flannel pajamas. I'm hoping it's going to be cold enough for that mid-October, but we'll see. So you guys check your inboxes for the TRG Insider newsletter, because I gave you guys new dates for all the things that we were going to be doing so far in October. I'll probably be adding more playbook power hours, not to worry. Thank you all those of you who took the time to write down ideas for me for my YouTube video. I really, really appreciate that. I want to give you guys what you're most interested in. Thank you so much, guys. I will miss you till I see you again. I think the next time I'm going to see you will be a playbook power hour, if I'm not mistaken. So be sure to grab your fall playbook if you have not done so already, and catch me on there. Check your inbox if you were signing up for another month of the new chapter book club. Check your inbox for that, because you should have gotten an email from me if you were with me in September, and you can sign up for free on our website for this month if you want to join in. I love you guys. You guys all get good sleep. Excellent. I hear it's, nights in the 30s already in Maine. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, you guys, I will see you in Maine. I'll have lots of pictures for you, and hopefully no more storms. I love you guys. Thank you for all the sweet words, the kind encouragement. Thank you so much. I miss you guys already. Mwah. Bye, everybody.